Hey guys, what's going on? Where the hell is everybody? Well, anyways, welcome to the Super Game Room, dudes. As always, with Michael B and maybe some other people. This is not cool, guys. Like, what the hell? All right, let's start the show. Jesus Christ. As long as P-Dubs stays away, I will play that intro every single time. Because Dubs isn't here, no one can stop me. It's the Super Game Room, dudes. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, it's a very special night tonight. As you know, Dubs couldn't be here because of the 40% off sale at Sherwin-Williams Paints. He could not be here tonight. Actually, he's gone
Makes a lot of
to
sense.
Phoenix Fusion Fest. I don't know. I asked him about it. Some kind of swingers convention. Like, I don't know. They dress up, they have sex, they swim, they boat, and it's totally fine. I don't get it. But anyways, P-Dubs won't be here tonight. Robert's
Planned
taking
trip
notes.
to Phoenix.
Oh, you guys
Sorry.
missed it. You guys actually missed it before we started because Nostalgia was being a soy boy and couldn't get here on time. 19K Fox's wife came home. He had to leave and let her in. She was super duper inebriated and she jumped on the stream. She thought she was streaming. She was answering questions. You guys missed out, man.
Missed opportunity. Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And I was going to apologize, but I thought, no, I'm not going to. I'm not sorry.
Oh, you guys, she's super nice. I've talked to her a couple times now. Fox, you're a lucky man. She's a good lady.
And anybody that can put up with me and this,
Yeah.
she's a keeper, boys. She's a keeper.
Yeah, I actually asked her, I said, would you wish your husband got rid of the arcades? And then she was like, God, no, then he'd bother me more.
That's the right answer.
That's true.
Literally
That's the
only
right answer. That's the best answer.
Nostalgia, why were you late? What were you doing, man? Were you getting more buble? Is that why? A quick haircut?
I couldn't get my camera working. There's some weird issue with, like, I would try to log in and then I would get this notice right above where the video was. And it was like, you have to close any program that's possibly using your camera. And I had nothing open. So I don't know. It was weird. I had to pretty much like exit out of everything, restart my computer, go back in and try to load it. It was just it was a hassle. I apologize.
Did you get a haircut and a beard trim this week?
No, I haven't had a haircut or a beard trim for like 13 years.
No, I think you did. Your beard is looking very,
lot.
very short. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Very
did the beard
dapper.
myself this morning, actually. Too short?
No, it's not too short.
No,
do
it's good.
you use like are you a fancy boy? Do you use like the paint and stuff to make it darker to get the fine lines and stuff like that, or is that all natural?
This is just how my face looks. That's a weird question. No, dude. I'm just younger than you.
He's outlining his beard with mascara. Is that what you're trying to say?
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Look how patchy it is. You think I wouldn't have like fixed something like this little spot here,
Yeah, I
or
don't know.
this little
Could go
spot
either
right
way.
here? That's like the only spot where hair won't grow. If I was using crap, I would have filled it in to make me look less patchy.
You're a fancy boy, aren't you?
I'm the
Very,
fanciest.
very prim and proper.
I don't know if I would say that. I don't know.
Yeah, that
I
could
don't
be
know.
a stretch.
I have no idea. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe.
I got a comment on my video this week. Someone demanding I dye my beard. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, you should dye
What
your
color?
beard.
Well,
Blue?
they said
Red?
just some kind of simply color for that beard, man, is what they said to me.
Just for men.
Yeah.
That just for men stuff. You should.
I don't know.
You should, absolutely. It
No,
wouldn't hurt us
actually-
if you looked a little younger than you are.
Actually, I had a viewer that was a longtime viewer, been watching me since back in the Nintendo days, and he was a home arcade guy too. Anyways, when I dyed my beard, he was like, "I lost all respect for you. You dyed your beard," and I was like, "My wife wanted me to. Like, wouldn't you do something nice for your wife?" You
I think we
fucking
lost respect for you
weirdo.
long before that happened.
Oh yeah. He watches another show now.
I find the beard white or the beard dyeing thing a little weird because your beard grows so quickly, right? Like unless you
That's
got
right.
like a full on beard, and even then, like you would end up with like white ink and like colored beard. It would just look weird. I don't know. I wouldn't get it.
See,
It's way
I
too
don't
much,
I don't agree with coloring my hair. I always said, like, when I go gray, I'm just gonna go natural. My beard unfortunately went first. Like, the only thing I agree that should be a regular color all the time, and I do add color too,
oh god,
is my
Mike.
bush. My
Yeah.
bush.
Well, you got to keep that straight, right? You
Oh yeah, you don't want a gray bush. You don't want
No,
people
no, no.
around town calling you gray bush. That's the worst.
Can't
Why
have
are
that.
people around town seeing your gray bush, Mike?
What? No, it's just
Okay.
word of mouth.
It's worth-
Certainly would be, wouldn't it?
Oh my god.
All right,
Oh,
guys. So
boy.
tonight, three of us have combined to form the Super Saiyan Game Room Dudes.
Yes.
Jerobi. I'm not a Saiyan.
Come on, man. You're the most Saiyan of us all.
All right. So I don't know if you noticed, but this is it's been a very busy week in the world of gaming, like insanely busy, because like we had so much shit going on with like modern gaming and stuff like that. Like it was already packed, loaded, and then Home Arcade said, "Hey, don't forget about us too, guys." New Wave Toys came out of the woodwork. They did a presentation yesterday. Jersey Jack Pinball announced like officially Harry Potter. Who else? Soft launched his Kickstarter today. So much stuff going on. AtGames and Zen are back together. Tales of the Arabian Nights, Totan coming. I think it's June 11th. Fox, you've played Totan? It was on the Attack from Mars Pinball, right?
Yes, I have, and that's all that I can play because I'm still
you're still
logged
locked
out
out. Still
of
locked
my
out,
4KP. That's right. So if I don't get overly excited by some new table that's going to drop, you know why?
Bobby makes a funny joke. New Wave Toys, what pre-order are they opening now? Yay!
Hey!
Whoa! All right, guys. So before we get started, let's say hello to the people in the chat. We just said hello to Bobby1 ALU. Michael Manna is here. Novasonic. Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Filthy Bill. Saiyan Spirits. That's right. The Super Saiyan Game Room Dudes. Jason S. Hazo is here. Meatball Saucy. One of my favorite, most drunkest people I've ever known. Who else we got? Ritual Dello, a.k.a. Rotundo, Dane Bramage, Indaline, Calvin Wong, Thumper Squid, Billy Woods Mods, who hopefully you're going to get a package soon, brother. Who else we got? We got Nooner, unless you go NWO Hogan Tying. That was more goofy than cool. Jason Little Aliens here. Who else do we got? The Be Me, who said Glenn could have went a bit longer. That's Nostalgia's fault. Goofy Foot is here. Have Data East Pinball. Will Travel. Who else we got? I think I said Nooner earlier. If I didn't, Nooner is there. Hurley K, also known as Fat Hog 13. JJ is in the house. I gotta make sure I get everybody. Steve Sale is here. Always good to see you, Steve. Real Zim, Patrick Murphy. Who else we got? Distillery Gaming. Stock Jock is in the house. Stock Jock obviously rocking some kind of Hawaiian shirt as we speak. Israel Gaming. Dan in St. Louis. Richard, ABK Storm, Jason S. I think that's just about everybody. Provolone Joe, Dennis B. If I didn't get everybody, P-Dubs Arcade Loft, 40% off Sherwin Williams paint this weekend. Go buy the good stuff. Enjoy the weekend.
Hey, it's not only 40% off of the paint, but it's 30% off the paint accessories as well.
Whoa,
Wow.
Sherwin Williams, taking it home. Did I miss anybody?
It's a better deal than any of the companies in the home arcade space are offering.
PG, Gramps Arcade. Wait, there's a show tonight? Yeah, I pulled it out of my ass because I was streaming that Summer of Gaming stream earlier, and while I was doing it, I got 2 updates during the show, one from Carl and one from P-Dubs. They were just like, yeah, so we're not coming tonight. And I was like, good. Like, I'll just do everything again. No big deal.
It's no big deal. I'm not bitter at all.
It was great.
Yeah.
I barely showed up.
So it was hard getting Nostalgia out there, but Nostalgia joined, and of course 19K Fox. Fox, we got to make you an official member. You've been excellent, by the way, the last couple of weeks. I've really enjoyed conversing with you, having you on the show.
I have.
Thanks, guys. That's 2. I'm going to write that down. 2 people like talking to me. There we go. We made it. We're both Canadian, though, so I think that I got to like grade that on a curve. It's been great being here. Absolutely. Tons of stuff to talk about. It's always good to, talk about things that are relevant and happening instead of just the dead, buried wasteland that was home arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so lots of exciting stuff to talk about. We don't have a lot of time to do any extras, so I think it's best we get right into the main topic. Fox, what do you think of this revelation with the Epstein files? Now, you said if the Epstein files weren't released, that you were going to turn down on your president and your election results, and you were going to raise questions and be an angry person. Now, the Epstein files still haven't come out, and Elon and Donald have broke up. So what happens now?
I heard, listen, it's not all bad. I heard that, Elon is going to get America on the weekends, right? And then Trump's Monday through Friday. So shared custody can work, people. It is what it is. I can't believe we're starting the show like this, but yeah, I'll go there.
No. Wow, what a crazy week it's been.
Let's dig deep.
Let's dig deep into the Epstein
files. It is sad. I think we can all say it was really sad to see mom and dad fight. And to see Elon and Trump break up. It just disappointing.
Yeah, really disappointing. So anyways, guys, let's get into some actual fun stuff. Enough about politics and foolishness. We don't need to talk about that. So let's get into the good stuff. Basic Fun. Let's start there. So Basic Fun. Nostalgia, have you been following along with this information? We had an article break from Toy Book Magazine for showing off finally the Basic Fun arcade cabs. And we got our first look at WrestleFest, as well as our first look at their Atari Centipede cab and a Tempest Countercade. Have you been following that at all?
Marginally.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
I've seen WrestleFest.
All.
I saw WrestleFest. People sharing some pictures of that, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I saw the branding for Basic Fun, so that's also a thing that does exist, at least partially in my brain. But most of everything else you said, I actually had no idea, but I do now. So I am caught up. What do you want to know? I got all the information.
So I'll bring up the articles, and thankfully, James Hates Everything actually got some extra pictures as well, so we know a little bit more information. The original article, I didn't feel really told us a lot, but here it is, Toy Book Magazine, them talking about...
Go up. What's that ad for? That looks interesting. I want to see it. Yep.
Shimmer and Sparkle.
Crazy
Are you not
art?
familiar? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
So here's an official look at the cab.
Crazy art. Got it.
You're just writing that down.
Here's an official look at the cab, and from what we know, this is going to be the Supreme or XL version, the 4-player. This has a coin door that, like 19K Fox mentioned, much like Arcade 1-Up, is inexplicably low. And of course, it has the Arcade 1-Up 4-player deck style, pretty much exactly like the Arcade 1-Up 4-player deck. The real smoking gun there is this issue right here. See where they do this divide? That's 100%.
What are you talking about? Show me
Instead of it being a square like a normal Arcade 1-Up basically cut the corners off here for the 4-player decks. That was unique to them.
I have no idea where you're pointing, dude. When you say here, what are you saying here?
The control
Can you not see my mouse?
No, I couldn't. Sorry. Now I can.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So they went through the article. There's another look at the WrestleFest Supreme cab. The cool thing here is it looks like they actually got all the characters. Licensing was always going to be a big issue with this one. But we know Demolition came back into the fold this past year. Demolition signed Legends deals. Looks like they got Legion of Doom too. They got the entire roster. Really, that was the only way to do WrestleFest. Like if they made a WrestleFest, threw in some other people, it would have been bullshit. So we're getting the original roster. We now know this cab also has 6 games as well. WrestleFest, Superstars, and you would assume they'd throw on a bunch of Technos wrestling games. Doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like we're getting, and this is thanks to Meatball Saucy, who sussed this out. Combat, I don't know how to say it. Combat Tribes? Is that how it's said?
Combat Tribes.
Combat Tribes. Combat Tribes. And also some kind of, what was the name of the game? Barker Bill's Trick Shooting or something? That's an NES game. I can't remember the exact name, but it's some kind of shooting game. And then we don't know the other 2, but it looks like we're going to get 6 Technos games, and you're going to get a variety of games after the 2 wrestling ones. So then we go down, we get a look at the Atari Centipede. And one thing you'll notice with this and WrestleFest, these, I think, are slimmer side panels. This one is the Ultra version, which is like the Deluxe. You'll notice no coin door. And there on the side, the art doesn't go up enough. I guess they didn't want to cut anything off. So they just put this Atari logo that I'm not in love with. But you can also see on WrestleFest, like that was a sticker that was higher up on the cab. They put it on the bottom of the cab as well as the artwork, and then left all this black. That's what I don't understand. Like if you're going to put that down there, why not go with the art the rest of the way up? Or I guess they're trying to recreate the sticker. I don't know if this big WWE WrestleFest logo was on it too. Can't remember. I think it was just the sticker on the side. But yeah, really interesting choices with the art, and especially in the article where they talk about no, it's not. The NES game's not in there. I can't remember the name of it. It's an arcade game I'm not familiar with. They said in the article they wanted these to be recreations. So I do find it interesting that they put the art so low on the side and stuff like that. Fox, what do you think of the look of the cab, of the overall shape, and everything we've heard about this so far?
Well, I mean, one of the most offensive things is the fact that they've taken the coin door. We've gone from knee height to shin height. So I don't know why they did that.
Because they had to put the logo on the cab. They
got to put the logo on, and which is surprising. I can't believe DC signed off on this. And I've never really heard of Wonder Woman WrestleFest, but I'm excited to learn more about this. It really begs the question: is it easier to erase an F or turn an F into an E? But then I guess it wasn't WWE when this game was made, so why couldn't they just get around that and say it's like a period piece? Like, yes, it was WWF, formerly WWF. I don't know. I hate the fact that they can't get that straight. But in any way, shape, or form, yeah, it seems like maybe they didn't know what to do with the art, trying to retain some of the look and proportions maybe, but at the same time, didn't know how to deal with the dead space. And they could have maybe taken a few liberties there, done something to kind of fill that up. But overall, it looks very much like a 4-player. Well, I'll take that back. It's like a combination of deluxe and 4-player. We never got a true, like, 3rd-generation 4-player cab from Arcade 1-Up. There was that one, the NBA Jam, which I loved. I loved the slanted 4-player deck and all that. They just made the one. So it kind of looks like that, except it's flat. I mean, it's going to, at the end of the day, we don't know the height, right? But this is going to fit in with everybody's 3/4 scale cabinets, Arcade 1-Ups. It's going to fit right in. It's exactly what people wanted, something new, looking different enough, but at the same time fitting in overall with the proportions and the fact that control deck, to your point, looks exactly like the 4-player Arcade 1-Ups. This is going to, I mean, you put it side by side and you'd be hard-pressed to really see the difference.
We actually do know the height because there were some boxes out there. Let me take this down for a second, see if I can get the image up for you guys. Because
for boxer briefs, guys, myself.
No. So James Hates Everything had some exclusive images here, and there were pictures of the boxes. And I think the cab, the Ultra cabs, are 61.8 inches. I'll just bring this up on screen. So here's a picture of the WrestleFest Ultra box, the 2-player Ultra series, which is the deluxe cab. So I think it's like 61.8 inches, and then the Supremes are 67 inches, I think.
And you can see right off the bat they're doing what Arcade 1-Up should have done and making a 2-player version, a 4-player version.
Yeah.
Just different enough. You got the black T molding versus the red. This is probably not going to have the coin door. But still, you have these 2 variants. So if you want WrestleFest, but you don't have room for the 4-player, you have this option. I think this is a great move.
Nate, I'm not sure where you're coming from here, buddy. We have to point out the positives and the negatives. Do you just want all positives? I'm confused.
I didn't say too much negative, did I?
Well, I really like this. I like what they've done.
Yeah.
You know, I am pointing out some of the things I don't like, but there's a lot to like here. Nate.
Nate, whoever you are.
Jason S says, I don't even know what he's saying now. Supreme is the same as an XL.
No, I don't think so. I think these are all going to be 17-inch. I think they're all going to be 3/4. The differences that I heard in that initial interview, the audio only interview, was that the distinctions was going to be, you know, coin door was like one of the main ways you could tell this was a Supreme. Obviously 4-player versus 2-player. I don't think that we're going to see a 19-inch XL form factor. I think it's all going to be 3/4, just with different details added in.
Any idea on price range? Yeah, we do know the price range. Yep. So this Ultra line is going to be $499, and the Supreme line is going to be $599. There's supposed to be a slim line as well that's going to be $450. Oh, overall, I really like this. I mean, it's a new title coming to the home arcade community. The only other negative thing that people go back and forth on is the no online. Like, this would be a fun game to play online with people, but obviously there's no online right out of the gate. Some people are like, I don't give a shit. I don't play online anyways. And honestly, if you go to the arcade one-up lobbies, I don't think a lot of people are playing online. So maybe it's not that big a deal. It's something that's just a nice extra. And we all had online for so long. So it kind of feels like a step back, but it seems like the majority of people just don't give a shit if there's online or not.
Mm-hmm. It never bothered me. I mean, it was nice to have, but I feel like they included it just to sort of.
I understand your opinion. You're like, well, they're just justifying the price. I don't think that's the case at all. I'm gonna tell you the truth on this. If they were including it just to justify the price, do you know how expensive it is to add online? Like, how much work's involved in adding online?
$100 per cab?
No. Like, they actually, I don't understand this completely, but from what I understand, like, they've got to kind of get in there, pay someone to make sure the infrastructures work there. You know, in order to do it right, they got to do netcode rollback.
I would never diminish the amount of work that, and I understand all that, but I mean, honestly, like $100 more per cab, if that's the main difference, and that may not be the total difference here. I mean, some people are saying that Pac-Man's actually not Pac-Man, but they're saying that James is saying 67 inches, 2 inches taller. He's talking about Centipede, I guess, is a 19-inch monitor. But in any event, we're talking about Wi-Fi. To me, it was a nice thing to have, but it didn't. I felt like it was just there to justify a higher price tag. That wasn't always the case. NBA Jam was $399. Then you had Revenge of Death Adder was $550, and it didn't have any Wi-Fi. So that's not always the case, but it's a nice thing to have, sure. But I don't think it's worth paying an additional, let's say, $50 per cab just to have online leaderboards. You know, gameplay. That's a little bit different. I think a lot of people will feel that is worth it.
So we are getting the original ROM. I'm sure if they did the online, there would be Nostalgia. You might know more about this. In order to add online to a game like this, like, they would have to go back and do some work with the code. It's not just putting the ROM on it. They would actually have to do some work on the code itself, wouldn't they?
It depends on how they set it up, but there would likely have to be some menu changes that would enable it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to have some way that the game itself enables the two users to play together. It does require work, yes. I guess it really depends on what engine they're running it on as well. So, like, we don't know what the emulator is. We don't know if it's going to be running on some sort of Linux or Android-based system. We don't really know. So there are ways to do it without significant tech or engineering costs, but we don't know nearly enough about these products to actually, I don't know, speak intelligently on it. Could they have done it? Yes, absolutely. They could have done it, and it's not like a make or break sort of thing. But Whether or not they could have done it well is a different question.
You wouldn't add it to the ROM. It would be part of the emulator. That's what he's saying. MG says, what a stupid question. I find him to be a really nice guy, you know, really supportive, motivational. Like he has everybody's best interests at heart.
Always the voice of reason.
Yeah, always the voice of reason. I don't know the answer. I don't know what you do there. Is it through the emulator? I know through Arcade you can play games online, but I don't know how Arcade 1-Up does it, the way that works. No idea.
Right.
No, it's what Bill said is true. It is generally done through the emulator, but like when you think about like playing a game on RetroArch, like the software you download for your PC if you want kind of like that system, it's all done through the emulator. But what are they using? Are they using a commercial emulator? Does the commercial
has
emulator...
to be commercial? Has to be.
I would imagine.
Well,
so.
That's not always been the case.
No, Arcade 1-Up came out of the gate and they were just like, we're stealing.
They're stealing, yeah.
Everybody.
They're taking community developed and non-commercial cores and they were selling that. So like we don't know anything about the company in terms of what they're doing. For all you know, they're just literally grabbing like a MAME RetroArch core and they're just stuffing it all together and shipping it out, and you're gonna have like a bare bones system. Like you really don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to completely squash the idea. I mean, I know there is additional costs, like the board has to have some kind of Wi-Fi chip, right? There has to be an Ethernet port. I mean, there is some hardware. There's some complexity in the board for sure. I'm not trying to completely diminish it, but I just don't, for me personally, I don't think that it's necessarily worth it, especially if you're going to try to bump the cost of the cab up $50, $100 to justify it. And also they don't quite have the infrastructure yet, maybe to justify online play. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird actually to think about because like there's a ton of devices. Like these, first off, these games are not hard to run. The games in particular that they're going with are not right. They're not challenging. You can run them on a potato. So,
can you make a video doing that?
I could.
But a really nice
how to mod your
potato
in 2025.
No, they could go a lot of ways. Like you don't know what kind of UI they're going to be using. You don't know what kind of emulators. We don't really have any information. We don't even know that the games are going to run well. Like we actually don't know. And there is a good chance what they've done is they're using similar or the same factories that Arcade 1-Up has used in the past. They're looking for the cheapest single board PCs that single boards that you can get, single board computers with, bare bones RAM, bare bones storage space, bare bones CPU and GPU power. And they're just literally trying to get these games running in an acceptable manner, and they're pushing them out the door. Like we don't know until we've seen one. So
yeah, I mean, let's call a spade here. P-Dubs said it on my show Monday. Everybody's been saying it. This is not a bad thing. Like I liked Arcade 1-Up for what it was. I completely just enjoyed the experience. I didn't need it, the most power. I didn't give a shit what else it did. I just wanted to play the games that came on the cab. So win for me. I fucking love WrestleFest. This is one of my dream arcades. Didn't think it was ever possible. So yeah, this is one I'm going to be in on. I'm going to get a Supreme WrestleFest 4-player cab, and it's going to replace my NBA Jam downstairs in my arcade basement. So I'm happy with that. Hopefully we can get the Supremes. We don't know if we're going to be able to get them here in Canada, actually, because they are going to be locked behind a club store, but I think we'll get everything else. And I'll put a word into the brick and see if they can force something to get them here.
And that's another thing that, you bring up. It's like, Steve, you're talking about how do they play? I mean, that's another, you need to really kind of get your hands on a demo. You need to get your hands on something and see how they play. How does that work? How does the UI interface function? Is it smooth? Is it fresh? Or is it laggy and clunky and it may be so ridiculously underpowered that we couldn't possibly have online play?
I have the perfect answer for you.
What's that?
It's hip. It's fresh. It's Noah's Arcade.
Oh.
Word.
I don't know what that means. Have I missed something? Is there some sort of inside
you
joke?
weren't even born yet.
No.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's also a good thing. It's a double-edged sword, right? You have an established market out there. There is a 3/4 arcade appetite. People have built their little arcades and they're excited about it. They want to add this to it. But at the same time, there's also been a price established. So at $5.99,
oh, here we go.
already know. But I'm telling you, we already know in our head what we want for $5.99. So if it's going to be a 3/4 scale cab, what are you going to do over what Arcade1Up has done to justify the $600 price? If you're not going to have Wi-Fi, that's fine. But what else are you going to do? Now, if
they're gonna have a 19-inch screen and it's an extra large cab, which has
if it's an XL cab, that's a different story. If it is truly an XL cab that's the same size as the other ones with the 19-inch monitor and all that, well, then I think everything's fine. If they can fall in line with the pricing that already exists, I don't think they're going to have a problem moving units. I just don't.
Yeah, the 17-inch, cheaper deluxe ones, they do look pretty slim. I think they just got rid of the slim edition and just made the ultras the slim edition. That's my saying.
Yeah, because there's no mention of slim, is there?
Yeah. So Centipede is one of my all-time favorite arcades. It's like one of the most beautiful arcades you've ever seen in your life. And Arcade1Up did an amazing job with their last Centipede they put out.
Yes, they did.
Art-wise, shape-wise, everything except for the screen in two different ways. One, they used those shitty screens. This is when they were putting out those TM monitors that were the absolute dog shit. The other thing was it was a horizontal screen, and it looks like Basic Fun have taken the exact same approach on this. So I won't be getting this. Even though I fucking love Centipede, I greatly miss my original Centipede. I will not be buying this. I'm not going to buy a Centipede with a horizontal monitor. And I mean, if this picture here is any indication, I mean, that game looks stretched too to fit the screen. So that's not a good one. The XL is going to have a 19-inch screen, but it's also going to be horizontal. Fortunately, though, if you buy the Tempest Countercade, that one's going to have a vertical monitor.
But what's disturbing, besides the super chat, which is obviously very
I got to read this, guys. These are XL. James equals good. 19K Fox equals bad. We always agree.
Well, that's true, of course. But if you're talking about the Centipede being the 19-inch or the XL example, it's missing the coin door. You don't like the thickness of it or the artwork placement or the fact that the monitor is in the wrong position. Orientation. It's just like, okay, well, if it is an XL, but everything else is wrong, that kind of takes the wind out of the sails, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not getting this. Some idiot here in the chat is there like, oh, this is what you wanted. This is exactly what you wanted. This is not exactly what I wanted. This is everything I did not want.
But and I don't think this is the case, but do we think that one of the WrestleFest cabs is an XL?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You think the 4-player is or the 2-player?
4-player.
4-player? Okay.
Yeah. They've already confirmed the Ultra is on the box I showed you earlier. So that's the Ultra series. Mm-hmm. The 4-player is the Supreme. Yeah. So we still got a lot left to see. We haven't seen TMNT. That's a bit of a bummer for me because that's one of the things I really missed about the Arcade1Up Turtles in Time cab. I didn't get that, but I would have liked to have played Turtles in Time online. But, hopefully the Turtles cab is the original art with the original shape. I'll be all about that. That's another one I would love to get in the Supreme. There's no way they're going to fuck up the screen orientation on that. I mean, so
no.
Star Wars
is 16:9 in there.
16:9.
That's what they're going to do.
Meatball Saucy throwing you some love. It's okay, 19K Fox. We love you.
I know you do. I feel the love.
Yeah, and then Star Wars. They said something about Return of the Jedi artwork, so it's going to be interesting to see how that one goes. We'll wait and see. But like the cool thing is, these are tangible. We got a lot of information on Basic Fun this week, and finally, serious competition for Arcade1Up. Not one cab coming out from one provider that the link disappears from their website, pre-orders go down, people are charged for pre-orders, none of that stuff. We got a real contender here, and now we get a tangible look at the product, and it looks good. It looks like Arcade1Up, and it looks like it's going to be a direct competitor, so that's good news.
Yeah, I agree. And somebody said in the chat, well, but Fox, you can buy a real cab for $600. Yes, I know. I've been down that road many times, but people, not all people, some people, the smartest people, they want to just go and buy something and get it home and assemble it. And they live in an apartment or they live in a house, and they don't want to have to get these giant cabs. This fills that niche. I still like what Arcade1Up did. Whether I have more real arcades than arcade one-ups doesn't matter. The fact is there's still demand there. There's home arcades that are dying for a new edition. This is going to fill that need, I think.
So, oh, really, really nice. Michael Herman, you didn't have to do that, but will WrestleFest have the Super Game Room dudes in the background like Retromania Wrestling has? Retromania on sale now. Michael Herman, thank you so much for the massive super chat. That's true. We're in Retromania Wrestling, and Retromania Wrestling is adding Demolition, which I'm super excited about. Awesome game on sale now. Go check it out. Thank you once again for the super chat. Actually, one person said it'd be cool to see Retromania added to this.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
That
But that won't happen.
I wonder if they could get the iArcade port and actually put it over, because the iArcade port was done for a 4x3 screen, right?
Not a chance.
Oh, no?
Not a chance. It's not powerful enough. I can George Foreman guarantee they're not going to make the chip powerful enough.
George Foreman.
There you go. Another $10 super chat. Wow. You're great, Billy. You didn't need to do that. Huge thank you to the community for the support this week. Didn't know how things were going to go, and to see how cool everybody was, to me, is greatly appreciated. You have no idea how much it means to me. Billy Woodsmon, don't worry about it, man. You deserve it. And from what I understand, everything worked out. Your stuff's going out to you. So good job to you. Good job to Retro Lizard on making things right. Awesome stuff.
No, yeah, I know it's tough to put that together and to speak out, because I know it's nerve-wracking, especially when your intentions are good. I believe his intentions were good. I don't think he was doing it in malice. So yeah, he was probably nervous as shit when he put that together and put it out there. So yeah, it was cool to see everybody just kind of understandingly comment, and yeah, hopefully it all gets resolved, which is the main thing. And then we can move on.
Yeah, 100%. Let's move on. And Billy Woods, let's see your mob when it gets done, buddy. All right. So anyways, speaking of these cabs, I know, man, it's so hard to do this stuff, right? Like, you always got to give people credit for speaking up for themselves. And I'm glad that everybody, calm heads prevailed. Everything got done right. I think. I think.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Another thing I wanted to bring up, speaking of Arcade 1-Up competitors, we've been pretty hard on this company for the last little while, and it's tough love because they've had a run of bad luck. But something interesting got shot to me earlier today, and I'm excited for this. I know, I know 19K Fox, you might not be excited for this. Nostalgia, you definitely don't give a shit. But pre-orders are now back up for the iconic arcade machines. So if you are interested, you can now pick one up. And guess what, guys? Price hasn't changed. Still says free shipping.
Still
Michael
says
B's
available June 2025.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't say that. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna pre-order one tonight. I'm gonna do it.
What about the
You're
artwork?
gonna do it?
I thought you said you weren't gonna do it.
Oh, I don't know. Think about
Mike,
it.
you
Mike,
flip-flop
Michael,
too much, man.
Michael,
I
two
flip-flop
pins.
too much.
You flip-flop too much.
You're flipping and flopping.
You're flopping and flipping.
Well, you're just too fucking
What he
opinionated,
said.
Nostalgia. Half the time, you should just shut your mouth. No, here's the thing. Yeah, Jamie, that's the Canadian price, buddy. That's the Canadian pre-order.
That's not American.
So
no, it's not 1,000.
I was waiting for more information, and then I was like, well, screw it. I'll just get it. It's not going to change. But then they took the pre-order down, and I was like, well, I'm not buying it now. If the price goes up and I don't get free shipping, I'll cancel it. I just won't get it. But the pre-order went back up. Free shipping still in place. They didn't raise the price.
Well,
that's really all I needed. I'm going to do it.
I'm not sure what you're seeing on your end, but I'm seeing the original price, right? $699.
Yeah.
But the Alpha 2 cab is not available. It's sold out.
Well, I don't want the Alpha 2, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Dummy.
So, yes, but when you look at the Street Fighter 2, it still says June 2025 in the trailer. They haven't changed that. I would just...
Well, they paid
You're
Mason.
my friend. I want you to proceed with caution.
I'm not worried about that. Like, I this is going to Spreetail, which is a reputable company. Like, all the people saying, John D's on a beach with this money and he's drinking margaritas.
He is on a beach, right?
Yeah.
Drinking margaritas, but it has nothing to do with this, and you're right. Spreetail is, I mean, I've dealt with them before. Like they're legit. I bought open box items from them. They're reputable. That's not my issue at all. My issue is still the issue that I've had since I left Vegas, that we haven't seen anything. I mean, they've issued statements and this and that, and here we go, but nothing that moves this forward for me. Like no additional information. Hey, here's the final design of fill in the blank. Whether it's the UI, whether it's some of the control panel, I mean, anything.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Jumping on to what Fox is saying, why would you pre-order Street Fighter 2 when you don't even know what the artwork's going to be?
That's a good point.
Isn't that like one of the most important
nostalgia
things
makes
for
a
you?
great point.
So
you've said time in and time out.
I know. I still don't
artwork.
like the artwork.
And then you say time out and time in.
Exactly.
So
and sometimes you
ways.
You did the hand thing too. So
yeah.
What hand thing? What?
The time out.
The time out.
Whoa. Time out, guys. Time out.
That's right. Whoa.
Yeah, you got to freeze.
So how are you comfortable and confident and so willy-nilly gonna blast it on the air and say, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-order this, even though I've gotten absolutely none of the things that I needed to know before making an informed purchase?
Well, Nostalgia, I don't think you watch my videos, but if you watch my last video, I talked about it. The thing that upset me was that the pre-order was taken down and I didn't know about it. I said in that video, if they went back up and it was the same price and I could still get free shipping, I would get it. But if there's no free shipping and the price increase, like I assumed it would because of the tariff increases, I will not pre-order this.
And that's fair. But my question is, what has changed aside from the fact that the pre-order went off and then came back?
It's available. That's all that needed.
That's all it was. So like,
my God.
What was stopping you from buying it in the first place, I guess?
Because I was waiting for more information and I knew that here's the thing. I was waiting for more information. And when they said pre-orders were going to be, it wasn't coming out till October. I then thought the pre-order was going to be extended till October too, because I didn't read the email or the message from John D that he put in a Facebook group, not anywhere officially, that said the pre-orders were coming down. So then I was like, what the fuck? The pre-orders came down.
Right. But you didn't get any new information.
No.
Well,
the pre-orders did. Yeah, the pre-orders came back up.
That's new information.
Yeah, but we were returning back to zero. Actually, 0.5 because the alpha cabs are not available to pre-order. So
it's actually more like 0.75, but like
0.7. Well, it depends on which way you skew. It's either going to be 0.75 or 0.45.
It's true, actually. Yeah. It depends on if you're using bad.
You have to carry the one.
That's right.
Carry the one. Yeah, and then divide by pi. You know.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so I'm happy the pre-orders are going back up.
You.
I'm happy the pre-orders are back up. I wanted to get this at the price that it was initially at with free shipping. I wasn't going to get it if the price went up and if I didn't get free shipping anymore. So it's kind of FOMO now because I'm nervous if I don't grab it now, it's going to be more expensive later.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
It's true. See, I just
people are like, this is fishy. What's fishy about me buying something out of my own money? You fucking idiots.
No. Nothing's fishy about you making the purchase. I just feel like Nostalgia and I are kind of like it's either lethal weapon or loaded weapon. I can't remember. We're trying to talk the guy off the ledge.
So you think I shouldn't buy this?
Mike,
yes, I think
if what they had done is moved the coin door down just a little bit, then you should have bought it.
Then we're talking.
Like, all I'm saying is right now, nothing's changed. And why all of a sudden are the pre-orders back online without any sort of announcement?
Well, I'm thinking it's a mistake. That I want to take avail of that mistake.
But you could be taking advantage of this, right? Mm-hmm. Or they could be taking advantage of you.
Correct.
Goalpost shifted.
Yep.
Anyways, I got excited when someone told me the pre-orders were back up. You're telling me I'm an idiot. They're telling me I'm fishy. No. This is very frustrating for me.
You're not fishy. We love you and you're not fishy. Well, I like you. Anyway, you're not fishy. We understand Many of you out there are struggling with this same decision, but you gotta bring it back to one, like the great Brian McKnight once sang. You gotta start back at one. What were your original criteria to pre-order this? I needed to hear something new, something different, more information. Not
mainly, I was waiting on the art.
Same,
but here's the other thing,
which you don't know.
But you don't have.
But I do know.
Yes.
I do know. Actually, they reached out. Several people reached out about the art. And VMI or Iconic Arcade actually responded to them and said, we'll take changing the art under consideration. They're not changing the art anymore. Nothing's happening. That's the final art.
Okay, so if that's the final art, are you okay with it?
I'm going to have to be.
You don't have
that's the
to
only
be.
art
you don't
that's out there.
You don't have to buy
weird
it.
Way. Oh, man. You don't have to be okay with it.
Okay, listen. You got to also put this into perspective. Look at both of you. Nostalgia,
Yes.
you haven't bought a home arcade product in 3 years. Fox,
Because I get them for free. Why would I buy them?
Fox,
a good point.
You have transitioned to real arcades. I don't know if you have the same feeling.
No, I'm pre-op. I'm good. I can go back whenever I want to.
No, you're post-op.
I'm not post-op. I have a
post-op,
spot.
guys.
Listen, people have been giving me shit, and I agree. Probably deserve it. There's a spot right here where this was going to go because if anyone has been paying attention to my channel, I don't have a fighting cab. There's a spot set aside for this if they were to move forward, but I've seen nothing.
Mike,
I've seen nothing,
and
they have not moved anything forward.
I got plenty of spots too. I got a spot right here behind me here. I got a spot over there. I could sell Batman and put another arcade in there because
you're not
going to
sell Batman. What are you going to fap to at night?
I need him there. He's got to be there to just make sure I'm safe.
Well, is the.
I was excited about this. Now you guys have all taken a giant dump on my chest.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for.
Oh,
it's what we do.
Two bros, one mic.
I wouldn't do it because they haven't moved anything forward. There's been nothing done to say, you know what I mean? Like I hope they're successful. I want them to bring it. I want them to make it. It will be cool. It's a great shape. But I just don't see, dude, they've done freaking nothing. Like nothing,
you're not
all.
wrong, but like,
nope.
We know one of the reasons they haven't done nothing. Like we can all assume that there is some truth to the rumor of a cease and desist or something going on. That's why they're not doing anything.
Totally fair. 100%. That could be totally fair. And then they need to recalibrate, readjust, but they still need to show us what they're bringing to market.
Fox,
yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, Mike's convincing me. Mike, you got to buy this.
You know what?
You got to buy this.
Right. I'm going to buy 2 right now. Oh, sorry, they're sold out. Damn it.
No, Mike, you got to buy this. You know what? Want to know why? Because the pre-orders came back. And that's important because
it came back and they didn't change the price. That's what I'm excited about.
I didn't know that.
Price, still free shipping.
Wait a minute. The pre-orders came back?
They're back.
They're
back.
You didn't.
This is
didn't tell.
The definitive reason
Well,
why.
Son of a. No way. Where's my credit card?
I'm so disappointed in both of you. Several people in the chat.
Michael, do not. Wait,
Mike, buy this.
They owe you.
You may never get another chance to own this cabinet again if you do not buy this tonight. This could go offline tomorrow.
And that money will stay in your bank account. Though that's 4 figures. Yes, they're Canadian figures, but still 4 figures.
Mike, I think we missed some super chats.
Yeah, Prince Malcolm, sorry about that, buddy. I saw that and then we got confused there. If Our Truth release isn't a work, would you like to see adding to the Retromania wrestling roster? Thank you very much for the super chat. I'll comment on this. I'm a wrestling friend. It's 100% not a work. It sucks. They're going through from what I'm reading online, and if you can believe the dirt sheets, they're going through a period right now where they're actually trying to cut salaries. They tried to re-sign, according to Jonathan Coachman, they tried to re-sign Truth at a fraction of what he was previously being paid, and Truth turned down the contract, so then they decided not to re-sign him. He wasn't fired. He wasn't released. They just didn't re-sign him to a new contract. They offered him a new contract, but he didn't agree to the terms because it was much less than he's currently getting paid. And if you look at it, apparently Roman Reigns is going through the same thing right now. He's getting paid $50 million a year. They're like, I think we can do better. I think we can get you for cheaper.
Mike, I just want to confirm. Did you say 15 or 50?
15.
1-5. Got it.
15 million.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Wow.
CP Kirby knows. He understands the FOMO. Get it. You'll regret it.
I agree with B Kirby. Don't just get one though. Get two.
I'm not going to get two.
What if the one you buy is
not
broken?
Everybody buys 7 Switches like you son of a bitch.
Mike, we'll talk about
the
that.
Super
Okay?
Chat, B Kirby.
Yeah, that was on the hush hush. Yeah, on the DL.
We'll talk about that today. No, we'll put it all out there. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I got to send you my address too, by the way.
Dubs is at a swingers convention in Phoenix called Phoenix Fusion. It's where 2 people fuse.
Yeah, fusion.
Ha!
Right. And then you got to take a nap.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, moving on from this because this became like the biggest, craziest thing in the world.
I feel great. I feel like we saved you. I think we saved the day.
I think
you're heroes.
That was an important part of the show today, to be honest.
We've done good work.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Mike, I spent $126 on Pokemon cards and $65 on a Costco membership trying to FOMO buy a Switch, so I get it.
That is the
Thank
best
you,
comment
MG.
I have ever heard. Oh my god.
The other thing, Jamie Loken, who was one of the first people to call me fishy, did make a good point, and this is one of the other reasons where I'm really struggling to buy this one because I love the World Warrior artwork. That's one of the things that really gets me. The marquee, the front panel, everything is fucking beautiful.
Yep.
By far my favorite looking Street Fighter cabinet, and I love that they did that. I remember, Fox, when you were behind the scenes and you had saw these and I hadn't. And like I told you, I was like, oh, okay, well, here's what I want. I would love a World Warrior. And you were like, I don't know if you're going to get that, but I think you're going to be happy. And then when I saw the World War, I was like, that's incredible. And then I saw the side artwork and I was like, I fucking hate that Street Fighter turned sideways.
I had a real one. And I'm just like, there's something about just the simplicity of what it was. The simple little rectangular Ryu just on the side, it's fine. And people would dig it. I don't know why they took that license. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. That's the thing that makes me mad about John D. And like these guys who are saying we're all about recreations, and then they recreate it, and then they're like, "Eh, we're gonna do craziness with the side.
Look at the side. Woo! Yeah. It's not necessary.
Mike, but
not necessary.
You may only have one more chance. It's important.
It's over.
Why did I try to have this conversation with you guys? Why did I think this would go well?
Fox, I don't understand what's up with Mike. I agree with him. You disagree with him. He's getting relatively balanced.
One of both sides, right? He's got devil and angel on the shoulder. It's great.
Fucking upset. What is the deal?
Yeah,
Mike?
I don't know what, bro.
You know what? I'm back with Fox. Don't pre-order this. You're stupid.
Don't do it. Don't do
it.
It'd be a giant mistake.
You lost an ally. That's it. Sorry, Mike.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, moving on. New Wave Toys did a live stream today. That Arcade Life episode 4. So I just wanted to share this image with you. So we got some news. Pre-orders are still coming. They've currently got people with like $1,600 out in pre-orders right now. So I got an update on that. Jason gave one. I am out. Sex. Sorry, not sorry. He's out. He's out. Sex. Sorry, not sorry. Who's the lucky guy, Meatball? Anyways, let me just bring this up. New Wave Toys did a live stream today, and they gave an update on all their products. They're coming soon. Unfortunately, they gave an update on Time Traveler. Time Traveler's been put on the back burner. It's not looking like it's going to come out, which is kicking the dick because that was so fucking cool. But I did notice the comments from people. People were like, I don't really want this. Like, I just want something else.
Yep. Nobody wants.
Then they showed off this is their next official New Wave Toys cab.
Is this Zaxxon? I think it's Zaxxon. I don't know.
Zaxxon, one definite possibility could be Zaxxon. But I'm going to take this down and I'm going to show you something now. Huge thank you to Jason Little Alien, our moderator and arcade sharpshooter. He actually posted this to my Discord. I'll just throw this out there as what it could possibly be.
Well, but that's the same shape as Zaxxon.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And Glenn loves Zaxxon. So if Glenn's working on this and they're making a deck, it could be Zaxxon.
It could be Zaxxon.
But Jason's saying it's Phoenix.
I would love this artwork though. I love the side art on this cab.
I do too.
It looks
This is a
really
cool looking cab.
Robotic bird. That's badass.
Stockjock says Carnival's another. I would think they'd do Phoenix before Carnival. Stockjock.
Well, could they do Phoenix and Zaxxon also?
I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
They did that. They've done that a couple times. Same cab shape, 2 different games.
Yep, they've done that. Definitely done that. They did that with the hell was it called? I forget. What
Ghosts and Ghouls, Goblins.
They've done it with a bunch of stuff. Frenzy,
and
Zerk.
Zerk.
Yeah.
That could be cool. This is, I mean, because this is definitely one of those cabs that, you know, it's wood grain, cool stickers, you know, same shape. You could absolutely do that. I don't think I'd be mad either way. I kind of prefer Zaxxon. Be perfect.
Zaxxon was made in 1982. This is a 1980 game.
Oh, so like Phoenix. When was Phoenix made? Is it
1980?
Ah, so it's Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be Phoenix or Carnival. Let me.
Trackball or just buttons? I can't remember.
Image, new tab. Let's see if this is the right one.
There we go. Tab.
So yeah, 2 buttons, 2 buttons.
Just 2 buttons.
Yeah, just 2 buttons.
Well, if it's a trackball, you know it would be a shoe-in because you know Glenn would make that. I don't know.
Well, you know, buttons
it's fine.
are almost.
I mean, it's a good-looking cab. You know, I'm not mad at it. It's cool, but I'm still waiting for
New Wave Toys. 1/6 scale.
It's okay. I'm still waiting for the Atari System 1 cab with Road Blasters and Marble Madness and those games. I mean,
yeah.
I don't.
This is
gotta, cool, but
you got to take into consideration with New Wave Toys, like you know. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to be eaten alive online because I said I was interested in buying the Street Fighter. Fishy. So, and then I'm gonna defend this company here too because I do think that while people are saying, man, they got like $1,600 in pre-orders from me that haven't shipped, you got to take into consideration what's happened. And like those fires in LA devastated most of LA, and that's where New Wave Toys operates. So that set them back. Then the issues with the tariffs and stuff like that. Like we're getting to a point where some orders are out way too long. It's almost unacceptable at this point. I agree. But they have had real life issues that have set them back quite a bit.
I understand the overall point is to try to, I think, I don't know, but some of the point of these tariffs and some of this trade war is to bring manufacturing back to the States. But then what would they do to the price of these items, which are pretty cool, but they become super handcrafted, made in America's great, but then they become super expensive. They become more exclusive. There has to be a middle ground here somewhere.
Yeah. See, the problem is you guys like to fairly pay your workers. That seems to raise the price up quite a bit.
And that's right. So that's the issue, right? You have to examine it from both sides. Like, are workers in America overpaid? Oh my God, I know. Don't kill me. But there has to be some sort of balance, right? A reasonable meeting of the minds here to make this work. But at the end of the day, they're doing something very unique at a high quality level, I think. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, people may differ, but I think that what they make is really cool, and it's nice. But I would also kind of like to see something from the 90s, even though I'm a kid from the 70s and 80s. I would like to see something besides Golden Tee. You know,
you've always leaned towards the 90s with your arcade.
Well, but the 90s includes some of the core of arcade greatness, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, just to name a couple, right? And they may be hard to get as far as those licenses are concerned, but something a little more notable, just to kind of even out your own personal arcades, would be kind of cool.
Listen, Fox, I think you're wonderful, but I think your choice in arcades is trash. Like, I'm looking behind you. I'm like, I don't want any of those.
What are you talking about?
For God's sakes, you don't want Battle Pod or Astro City or a Neo Geo
or
Force
Crazy Taxi.
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong
Crazy
with you?
Taxi's right there.
I don't like Crazy Taxi. Now, see, that's the funny thing because you're older than me. And nostalgia is super younger than me. But you guys have the same taste in arcades. Like you're both like millennials, even though
we both like
you're
good
Gen
games.
Xer,
Is what you're saying?
No,
what he's
that's
saying.
not what I'm
That's
saying.
exactly what
That's
he's
what
saying.
he's saying. Yeah,
He's
we
saying
like
that.
great stuff, and you like garbage. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyways,
The man likes Robotron.
Well, okay, but
Yes.
what about Robotron? Why haven't we had Robotron yet? I mean, more recognizable titles. I mean, why not bring? I mean, if you're gonna, and I know they're going to retail, which I would think would kind of push them towards more '90s titles, and maybe that's Golden Tee. But I mean, come on. Let's push to more recognizable titles. The deep cuts are incredible. They're awesome. They're really nice, but there has to be a balance.
There does need to be a balance. I will say
balance.
that New Wave Toys, out of everybody in the home arcade space, actually with the exception of maybe Numbskull as well, they've been arguably the most consistent since day one. Now, we've got, like you were saying, lots of products that are still due. Lots of people have paid some money into some products that are on pre-order with New Wave, and we'd like to see some of those come out. But I think that whatever they're going to do, hopefully it's done well. Yeah. And I'm just hoping, I feel the same way that you do, Fox. I want to see some more 90s arcade machines come out.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Those are the things that I will like scream on the rooftop about. Like, I love those games. So Mike just wants some bad games out. That's all. He just wants to destroy every company with the suggestions.
I like 80s arcade games. That's what I prefer. I like the classic golden age arcade games.
And they're great, and no one is taking anything away from that. But it would be nice to have, if you're talking about cabinet shapes. Okay, so we were able to identify that one pretty quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Phoenix, accent, right? So maybe move towards more recognizable cabinet shapes, like a Neo Geo MVS, like a Capcom Big Blue, and then that leans to or lends itself to different games being showcased within those cabinets shapes, right? That's what I'm saying.
Could you imagine if they did a big red and then they allowed you to have interchangeable carts, but on the carts was a little flash card, and you could actually swap the games?
I do think that's cool.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
Why are they sleeping on that?
That would be crazy.
Because they don't have the license.
Yeah, but Neo Geo gives out the license for Halloween. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
literally they're handing it out to every kid knocking on the door.
They're pimping it out for 25 cents on every street corner. Like,
no, man, they have an exclusive partnership with Unicode to have their stuff put on Soldier Boy consoles. We've discussed it.
I forgot. You're right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh God! If you only knew what I knew.
So Arcade 1-Up didn't show up at Summer Game Fest. Like that was the rumor that was out there. They are going to be at IGN Live sometime throughout the weekend. With that being the case, I think all hope at this point of Arcade 1-Up showing something new is out the window. I mean, we know what they do with IGN Live. They just bring out their current lineup, and that Rob guy goes around and goes, "These are real arcades."
Hey,
yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, so I don't expect anything from Arcade 1-Up this week.
That's disappointing.
And they're running a Father's Day deal right now. Save $50 off some of the most iconic arcades ever. You know, the same ones we've been releasing for the last 5 years.
Well, to be fair, Arcade 1-Up has been giving us a lot of news this year. So, like, maybe they just need a little bit of a gap in between some of their announcements.
That's a good point. They don't want to burn themselves out before Christmas.
Yeah.
It burns, doesn't it, Mike? I know.
It's so weird. I'm so glad.
Sucks.
I'm so glad that at least Basic Fun is stepping up. Hopefully, Iconic can rebound from whatever the fuck is going on. Release this cab. Hopefully, it's a huge success. They release more. Yeah.
It sucks. I think about my arcade would look different if they would have consistently brought out new titles.
Oh, yeah.
My arcade would primarily be Arcade 1-Up, I think. I would probably have a few full size, but majority of it would still be Arcade 1-Up.
I think I would still be in the same situation because I ran into a situation where like we just needed more room. We needed to pay off some bills. I had to get rid of some of them. I managed to get back like pretty much everything I wanted except for Star Wars. And, I ended up getting 2 pinball machines. I think it would have been the exact same trajectory. I would have still would have had to get rid of a bunch of them, even if they didn't go the direction they did.
That's unfortunate.
Star Wars, it just irks me, man.
Yeah, no Star Wars
feel
XL.
like
we go back.
such an
That's
idiot.
the watershed
I
moment.
know.
That's the fucking watershed
God.
moment. They're coming out with a Star Wars XL. Nope, Cyrus fucked it up.
That pisses me off. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm selling everything. Yeah, it's locked in. It's set in stone. Oh, never mind. We're stupid.
Yeah.
What happened with that? I think I missed.
So they were going to do Star Wars XL really
It was a
quickly.
lock.
B Kirby, thank you so much. Gifted 10
The
Super
man.
Game Room Dudes
Good man.
memberships. That is awesome, brother. So
We love you, brother.
you know, I think John had been spreading it out there that they're doing Star Wars XL. That was going to be the XL coming up. And like John was telling everybody that, and we were all like, oh, Star Wars XL, like business is picking up. That's what was in their plans. The rumor is Cyrus walked into Costco, and by rumor, I mean, I'm pretty sure Travis told me. Cyrus walked into Costco, and
Like a
he said,
corporate
yeah.
meeting?
Oh, yeah. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like, hey, I'm Cyrus. This is Star Wars. This will be really successful. And they were like, I don't think so. The graphics don't look very good. And then he was like, oh, quick, Cyrus, think on your feet. Come up with the most awesome thing ever. We can do another Golden Tee. And then
But
put
put
other games
Midway
on
games on it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, it's supposed to be
shiny.
Atari games before they lost that license. It was
Yeah.
originally supposed to be Golden Tee Atari, which actually would have made more sense because you would have had the trackball for the trackball games and shit,
That would have
right?
made a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just going to blame Cyrus for this. We know this for a fact.
Absolutely.
That's what I was told. Yep.
I want to believe it.
Well,
so
I
will.
wouldn't really blame Cyrus so much as it's one
No,
of those
we'll blame
issues
Cyrus.
where you're going in and you're trying to sell something. Part of it would be him not explaining what the demand would be, because I think the demand, it's fucking Star Wars. Anything
Yes.
out there that has Star Wars on it should sell. However, I have heard in Canada from the Brick, they told me Star Wars was one of their least successful cabs at the Brick. Believe it or
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
I do believe
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I do believe
I
it.
can, sure.
Yeah,
But
so-
to be fair, this is also Star Wars.
Yeah, Star
So
Wars.
if you can't find a way to sell Star Wars, I'm going to just throw it out there. Maybe you're not good at your job. Perhaps.
So the people, and this is the problem with retailers going into retailers, like Arcade One Up has done this before, and before we all shit on Cyrus, other people have gone in there before with what should have been Surefire cabs, and they're like, here's Double Dragon, and they're like, yeah, we don't think that it'd sell.
Just for the record, the only person who shit on Cyrus was you.
No, I'm not the on the show. Yes, I
No,
was the
that's
only
fair.
person who shit on
No,
Cyrus.
you were the one. Yes.
But in the
I just wanted
community,
to
Cyrus is
make
playing-
that clear that I didn't participate in your tomfoolery.
Oh, you're still
Yeah.
hoping you get some kind of brand deal. That's right. I forgot.
Oh, he's begging. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Waiting for that.
20
waiting
bucks
for
is
that,
20 bucks, baby.
Waiting for that head partnership to open back
Well,
up
but-
again.
I'm open for it.
To be
Let's
fair,
do it.
Double Dragon is not a current IP. Star Wars is very much a
Yeah.
current IP. You know,
Mm-hmm.
anything Marvel, anything Mortal Kombat, anything Capcom, anything, those types of things should be fairly easy sales. Should be.
Cammy shipped a Star Wars from the USA to Tasmania, so I wouldn't miss out on it. Cammy, I can't imagine that was cheap.
Oh God, can you imagine how much it cost?
So, anyways, that's what happened. So, yeah, it's a bummer, man. We'll find out pretty soon. Actually, we should find out what the XL is going to be this year, because Arcade One Up does have some kind of relationship with Costco, so they do one a year. So hopefully, we'll see something new this year and not something crappy like last year.
I can't wait for another collab cab. Think
I
about
hope
the
it's not.
options.
I hope it's not.
Think about Namco and Midway. What could we possibly get? I'm excited.
Miss Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man Bubbles.
Yes,
sign me up.
finally.
Yeah.
It's about
Oh,
damn time.
So, in better news in the home arcade space, well, for some, GRS Buildicade FU did go up on Kickstarter today. So this is up now for everybody to view, and you can go see what's involved. Kickstarter goes live, I think, officially June 25th. So let's look at some of the options here. There's the dimensions of the cab. Like, I love what the cab does. I don't like the control panel. and I think the shape is hideous. I have to throw that out there, but everything else about it's really cool.
Some people say F me. Well, F you. I think this is great.
Do you like the shape?
No.
There you go. You got to tell the truth.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah. So anyways, I don't know if the items are up yet. I thought they were. I thought someone said you could actually see what the bundles were. So this is going through all the information. Here it is. Super Early Bird Pack. You get the 19-inch automatic rotation screen edition. A lot of people are saying they wish Glenn didn't do that because it's extra cost. It need to get fixed at some point.
By a lot of people, you just mean you, right?
No. I'm talking about people who've reached out to me and said the same thing. Do you want an automatically rotating? Yeah.
No, I was just kidding. I feel the same way. I think that but he does have the 26-inch option, which is really good. I'm very interested in that for sure. This could be an excellent multi-cade. He's done more than most. He's pushed this forward. He's laid out options. He's shown you prices and what you're going to get for that price. I'm anxious to see more information for sure.
So it looks like the early bird pack is going to be $999 for the 19-inch screen, so under $1,000. 26-inch is only $1,200, so only an additional $200 for the 26-inch screen,
dude.
That's really good.
Bad.
That's the one I would go for.
Expensive monitor. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So 19 inches. What is this? 19-inch automatic rotation screen plus fully automatic. I don't understand this. So,
I don't understand that pricing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes $999, $1,200. And I guess that's limited quantities. And then after the limited quantities are out. Oh, so it's not $1,000 because Glenn said he's going to try to keep it under 1,000, but it looks like
the
standard
there's only
price,
one option under 1,000. Yeah.
The standard price is going to be $1,200. So a little bit more expensive than I think a lot of us thought it was going to be. $1,400 for the 26-inch. And that's kind of what I assumed that would be with the Unico monitor. But I will be honest, the standard pricing here, early bird price, 16% off. I thought that was going to be under $1,000. $1,200 is more than I anticipated.
And the $1,000 option, I think, is that a misprint? Is that a 19-inch fixed monitor, or is that?
Nope. Automatic rotation screen.
Automatic rotation screen. 1,000.
Everyone.
What's the difference between that and the third option?
The third option, it's like, remember with when they did the Kickstarter for the pinball machine. Wonderland. Remember how there were like 200 White Rabbit editions, which you could get for cheaper. Like I think it was like an extra $50 off.
Okay,
that's this version of this. So
okay,
there's going to be
thanking the first 100 people or whatever. You're getting a cheaper deal because you're supporting him.
Yeah, you save $200 compared to what the pricing is going to be.
Yeah.
Then we've also got a mega pack here with 19-inch screen. You get the DK hood, dual wheel cap, flight yoke, flight stick, dual rotary. That's a great deal, but that's limited quantities as well, right? And then $2,000, you get the DK hood, you get trackball, dual rotary, flight stick.
It's the same thing, just with the 26-inch screen. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. Yeah, that's the way to go.
That's where you want. You want both of those.
No.
Oh yeah. I wish
it was
a more expensive option.
Super early bird is limited to 100. James hates everything. $2 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy.
Is that supposed to say cabinet?
Where?
Super mega.
Cabinet. Glenn's not a used. Glenn's just trying to avoid a cease and desist from Arcade 1.
It's a cambient. It's the ambient atmosphere of the cabinets.
Glenn just doesn't want to cease and desist from Arcade 1 but anything that says cabinet, they will cease and desist you.
I literally just realized right in this moment that it doesn't say Nintendo hood, it says Glentendo hood.
Yes, of course,
which is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's copywritten. Yeah.
Okay. Optional control panels, so they've got each of the prices there. I would say this is a really good idea if you're going to get the Glentendo hood, so you could do one to mod as a Donkey Kong and keep one as like a stock multi-cade, the one with the 26-inch screen.
That's literally what it's there for.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good deal for people that are looking to buy multiple of these and do the DK mod. This is something I honestly, if this was available in Canada, which we'll get into later, I would be interested in. Okay, there's the timeline. That's all the options. $120 for the Glintendo hood. That's better than I thought. And the joysticks are okay too. I mean, the yoke deck is more expensive. We expect that. I gave Glenn a little bit of a hard time because of his control decks out of the gap. Like, these are not the control decks I would have wanted. I would have wanted, like, a regular Donkey Kong controller. I don't give a shit about a Carry Warriors, but I know that dual rotary is big for some people. I hate Glenn's flight yoke. This flight stick, I don't like it. It's too small. He's used to work with smaller equipment. I usually work with bigger equipment.
That's not true.
It's not true.
But listen, look at the options. I mean, we can quibble about prices, and I get it, and prices are real, but there's a lot of hardware here.
Yeah.
When's the launch? Go back up to that
June 25th.
Yep. June. Whoa. Of 2026?
That's when delivery is going to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
February.
Campaign goes live
2026. January 2026. Not June.
Freight in June 2026. Delivery February, March 2026.
It says freight end January, not June.
It says right there.
January.
Yes, freight in January 2026.
Yes.
Delivery February, March 2026.
I could have sworn you said June, man.
Campaign start June.
No, you said June.
Motherfucker.
Delivery.
You said delivery in June.
No. If I said that, it was an accident.
No, I don't think you said it.
I accept your apology.
I don't think I said it either.
Okay, let's go down and look at the copywritten photos. Let's go.
There we go.
Nice. There we go.
Actually, I like this is an abomination. Second artwork on that stuff. Like, I know he's proud of it and stuff like that, but, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, it's weird to see the smaller versions of what his cabinet's going to be. I get it, but
like, some people like it. Like, I don't mean to shit on it, but I love that because
yeah. But this is the FU, bro.
This is.
Yeah. What do you think the Buildicade FU is going to look like?
Not that.
I don't think I understand the question. I think we know exactly what it's going to look like.
Yeah. If you scroll up, that's what it's going to look like.
It's going to look
yes,
like
but
the
with the artwork,
images.
It's going to look exactly like that. Exactly like this.
Nah,
well, not exactly like that.
Legit 2-player decks. You're not going to have a single player.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, with the artwork, like, do you want a Mortal Kombat that looks like that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is not going to be applicable.
Oh, look at that NBA.
That's
sick.
I like the wood grain just plain Buildicade. That makes me
think
happy.
the wood grain, play choice.
Twist.
Yeah, I think that's where it's at. I think he should lean into that because that's where it's distinctive. It makes a difference. But you can't realistically make a cab that's going to mimic every single cabinet style out there. It's impossible.
The Super Punch Out's sick. I like that one.
Oh yeah.
But the Glintendo lean into
the Glintendo's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. Love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, once again, people, for those who haven't paid attention, this is coming out February, March,
June of 2026.
June of 27. Right? Is that what he said?
He said June of 2028.
So anyways, we're excited for our buddy Glenn.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's got this big package coming out, and you want to get in on the early bird. 100 versions of the GRS Buildicade FU under $1,000, and then 100 versions of the 26-inch 4x3 Unico, $1,200.
Everyone listening to our voice right now wants to see Glenn's big package.
Now you're just fucking with me too. You
said
the
pack. What?
Yeah. So anyways, guys,
sensitive dude. We got this. We love you.
June 25th, this goes live, and keep an eye out for it if you're interested. Again, only 100 of the early bird specials and 100 of the double specials. So if you want to do it, go support Glenn. Unfortunately, Glenn told me earlier, this is going to be US only. So, all the people giving me a hard time because they're like, you're not even going to buy one. I can't. It's not available in Canada.
Well, that's no excuse not to buy one.
This is one of the other things that had me going back to the Iconic, because I was like, well, I'm not getting the Buildicade now.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, you
But-
could if you were like a real fan, you totally could get this.
Well, but we know he's not a real fan, though.
That's
Stop.
exactly it. That's
Steve,
the problem.
he's
Mother.
not, he doesn't really care about this.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
A
It's very
poser
obvious.
is what he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest.
Word.
Yeah.
All
Sorry,
right.
Mike. Just
No,
saying
that's
it how it
okay.
is.
Don't worry about it. If you really wanted it, you'd find a way. See? Dickheads. Anyways, I was pretty bummed out about that. But me and Glenn have been talking about this for a while. And Glenn, one of the options he said is maybe I can work with Buy Stuff Arcades to come up with some kind of option. So for those of us here in Canada that do want to jump on the Glintendo, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it due to Kickstarter.
That
And the
sucks.
reality is, like, it would cost like $500 shipping to get it here. It's one of the
And
big
the
things
tariffs.
and the tariffs. So, yeah.
I happen to I've got a contact over at Player One Amusements, and I was just talking to him last week, and I was talking to him about pinball machines and the amusement machines that they sell and just arcades in general. And he actually told me that sales are like horrible. He's like, now is a terrible. No one's buying pinball machines. Nobody wants to pay the extra tariffs. Nobody wants to buy anything right now. So, like, it's rough getting anything into this damn country right now.
B. Kirby,
From
thank
the
you so
US.
much for the
From the
offer.
US.
I appreciate it, man. Next Friday, bring me on so I can have your back. I feel you're getting ganged up on. I think so too, man.
I think it's
Be
important
Kirby,
to
do
say
not-
ganged
do not
up and
let
not
me-
banged up.
That's right. Don't make me
Yeah.
lose respect for you. You're my
Yeah.
dude. Don't
Yeah.
do
Let's
this.
not go there.
We can't have that.
I think this is an opportunity for Canadians to band together and make their own pinball. Okay, made in Canada. All right, make that a thing.
It could be a thing, couldn't it?
It should be a thing. For God's sakes, you're Canada.
And the first machine we'll do will be a Captain Canuck theme.
Captain
can you
Canuck
imagine?
theme.
Bro.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. And then ship it with some maple syrup. That'd be incredible.
You
Awesome.
got it. We'll sell a whole
Maple
3 or 4 of them.
leaves everywhere.
Yep.
So, guys, Jersey Jack Pinball finally unveiled their Harry Potter pinball machine this past week. Did it on the same day as the Nintendo Switch, but pinball people were talking all about this. They're over the moon with this machine. They think it's amazing. I don't know about the art, and with Jersey Jack, I always don't know about the price. Restalgia, is it Jersey Jack you know personally?
I know Jack personally. Like,
Yeah,
on
you know Jack
on a
personally.
on a personal level. Yeah, Jack's.
He calls you at home. He has a
Yeah,
dorsal.
we
fin.
are on,
Sleeps
we're
on
on
his
a
couch.
texting base.
Great guy.
Jack's a good guy, and he does good things. And
Yeah.
with his company in general, everything that he puts out, whether people like the product or not, they really do put a lot of thought into it. I've personally known about the Harry Potter IP for a few years. Like, this is something they've been working on for a while. So I'm so stoked that it's coming out. I think Harry Potter's like a massive, it's got a massive fan base. So it appeals
That's
to so
huge.
many people, young and old. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You've got the new Harry Potter TV series that's coming out. That is
Yep.
all the rage right now. I think they're going to do well with this. Hopefully it plays as good as Elton John does, because Elton John was probably one of my favorite pinball machines that I've ever played. I loved Elton John.
Well, that's because it's actually Stern Star Trek, just reworked.
It was made by Jersey Jack, and it was my favorite machine that they've made, and it's my favorite
Yeah.
one that they've made. Anyone's made.
It was made by Jersey Jack
awesome.
by Steve Ritchie, who originally made it when he worked with Stern when it was Star Trek.
That's right. In any case, I'm hoping that this game plays as well as.
one
Elton.
thing I will agree with you on. Elton John is fantastic. Like, it's one of the prettiest looking pinball machines I've ever played in my entire life. And the thing about it that I really like about this was Steve Ritchie went over there and fixed one of the biggest issues I feel with the Jersey Jack pinballs.
Their
They have
flippers are
weak
less
flippers, weak flippers. So they have stronger flippers, and Cammy knows because her pinball machine she recently just bought is Avatar, also has the good flipper strength as well. So Jersey Jack's on a good momentum right now. And like, I mean, this license is a can't miss. Like, You know, a lot of people said the same thing with Toy Story, though. They were like, there's no way they're going to miss with Toy Story. And they missed with Toy Story. But I think Harry Potter is going to be a winner. There's actually a deep dive I want to show you guys here now, done by someone formerly from the community and now is a pinball content creator, our buddy Retro Ralph, where Mason did all the editing and all that stuff, but this was done by Retro Ralph.
Because Mason is a
LLP.
badass.
Mason is the incredible. So anyways, they did a deep dive on the machine. Go check Retro Ralph out if you haven't done it already. Go check out Mason's work. They took a look at it. Machine looks great. I mean, I know it's a theme my wife would fall in love with. I would love to go check it out. Hopefully they get some of these in some locations pretty soon. I think I might be taking a trip to Toronto pretty soon, so hopefully they get it at what's that one downtown Toronto they just put up? Conti, if you're in the chat, I don't know if you still are. Love to know. I can't remember, but it's done from the same guy that owns the card shop pinball place we went to, Nostalgia.
I don't remember the name of
exactly
what you're talking about. Yeah, that guy's got some awesome machines.
Oh, incredible. So. And one really weird arcade cabinet he bought for some reason.
See, I think the difference, you were talking Toy Story and how that wasn't a commercial success. And I think it's because they chose Toy Story 4. Like that was, I think they killed it. And they had done just the original Toy Story based off the original movie.
Yes.
I think it would have done 10 times better. And they've done the right thing here. They used the original or one of the other.
We're losing you, Steve.
Why couldn't this happen when he was giving me shit earlier?
I don't know. It always happens at the end of the show.
Yeah, you're back now. Sort of. You're blurred, so you're not as ugly as usual. That's a positive.
Yes, you're actually very attractive right now, actually.
Antisocial is the name of the pinball place in Toronto. That's the one with all the cool pinball machines.
Am I still here? Am I not?
Yes, you're still here.
You're back now, and your picture's all cleared up.
Looking good. Looking good, baby. There you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyways, they did a good thing choosing the original Harry Potter film to base this off of.
No, I think you're right. 100%. If they would have gone with the original Toy Story, it gives them somewhere to grow also. To start with 4 made no sense to me. Like, what are you doing? Start original, start basic, start small, and build up.
It's what started the whole damn thing.
Absolutely.
Just pick the goddamn baby. The baby in the franchise.
It's the most iconic. I don't get it.
So I'm going to bring up now the $15,000 collector edition for you guys to take a look at.
Oh, I'll buy 2.
Yeah. So one of the things Jersey Jack struggles with, their pricing, right? Their machines are so much more expensive.
Well, they do like money.
They do like money. So one of the things is like the artwork's a little bit questionable here. It was done by the person that did the artwork for the original books. There's the golden snitch shooter rod. I like the artwork on like this. I like the mischief managed. What I don't like is the side panel artwork.
Mike, can you pull
on
up
this
the
one?
art?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was there looking at it
see
myself, not showing anybody else.
Yeah.
So there's the artwork done by Mina Lima.
Can you pull it up? Make it any bigger?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's really small. Could you,
Mike,
zoom
nobody
in?
can
Thank
see
you.
it but you.
For God's sakes, man.
We don't have
Nostalgia.
a 45-inch TV beside us.
Hit the zoom button.
You work with really small stuff all the time. You should be used to this.
But not everybody does. I'm gifted. The rest aren't.
There's the golden snitch. I'm trying to see the side art of the table here. They must know it's ugly, so they're not showing it.
Of course. Makes sense.
Anyways, like it's done by the artist from the books, but there's nothing really recognizable. But this is the $15,000 edition. The one thing
recognizable is the sorting hat not right there. Is that not what I'm looking at? Yeah, right. Oh, hold on. Move yet. Is that not the sorting hat? I can't really
yes,
tell.
there's.
Oh, there's the sorting hat right there. I see it there. Got it.
Yeah. Wow, you.
That's definitely
nerd.
something recognizable, Mr.
Yes, and there's the sword.
Hey,
There's
guys.
the sword he used to kill the basilisk. Yes,
That's all he needs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Walk and nothing notable on the side.
I don't like the art. Where do you see Harry? Do you see? There's little images there.
Mike, you don't need Harry, just like you didn't need, you know, any of the characters for Back to the Future.
Motherfucker. I love the Hogwarts topper up there. I think that is incredible. And then you go back and there's also the other topper, which is the Quidditch rink, the Wizard edition. This one has the more movie centered artwork where you've got villains on one side, heroes on the other, and there you've got the Quidditch game up top for the topper. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like, am I going to spend 12,000, 10,000, 15,000 on one of these? No, I'm not going to drop that kind of cash. That's US too. This is definitely one of those games that it's going to be in every location. Like, if you have a pinball spot by you, expect this to be available to play there because everybody's going to buy one. This is going to be one I look forward to play on location. This is not something I would buy.
This could very best-selling machines that they've ever made.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And there's a little bit more exciting news coming out for Jersey Jack. They actually filed a notice this week, or one of those legal dealies to come out with a trademark. Filed a trademark for something called Game Changer this week. So it looks like Jersey Jack are now coming out with their very own form of Insider Connected, like Stern have for theirs cabs, where you have an account, you can sign up and record your scores. That's what Game Changer sounds like it's going to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's good. No, they need that. Yeah,
that is.
Oh, the arcade edition. Cammy says it's as affordable as a Stern. Let's be clear about that. The arcade edition is the lowest tier. That is still $1,000 more than a Stern Premium. So the arcade edition, this is going to be the Pro. This is mostly what you're going to see on location. And it's got the same artwork as the Wizard edition we just talked about.
Sure.
But it's the lowest price is $10,000, right?
It's in the same price range, but it's still expensive. Yeah, it's more expensive than a Stern.
Yeah. But this is the cheapest version. It's very pretty.
And I bet you that Harry Potter license was expensive.
Oh, you know it was. The ROI on this is going to be very tight. Very tight.
They got to sell a ton, and I'm sure they will. This will be something that everyone wants on location.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right,
let me recognizable IP.
Let me get some of this stuff down, guys, because I want to bring up a couple more things, and then I'll get you out of here. Like, we've had so much news. Like, we're an hour and 34 minutes in. We didn't cover State of Play, Summer Game Fest. We won't get to it.
What about the Switch? Yeah, we will.
Wait a minute.
P-Dubs is in here. We can do whatever
what
the
the
fuck
hell
we
are we
want.
doing?
I can't stay here
Don't
till 2
shut
in the morning.
this shit down, bro. We got stuff to talk about.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
State of Play?
Yeah.
You tease. You brought me
you
here.
Big dirty tease. So
you son of a...
We'll cover this one quickly, but one of the big concerns last month was AtGames just said, yeah, we're not doing Zen for the foreseeable future. We'll hope to get back to it next month. Very concerning, right? Because we like the Zen games on AtGames more than anything else.
Absolutely. I remember, guys, back when I could access all the games that I purchased. That was a great time.
You still can't log in?
Still can't log in.
No way.
Nope.
Have you done a factory reset?
I've done a reset. I've done a ticket. Nothing.
Nothing.
I can't. I tried to reset my password. It's a dead link. I can't do it. I'm dead in the water.
No shit.
It sucks, dude. I don't know what happened.
So we found out that the first game, basically Zen Studios is back, and the first game coming out for the Legends Pinball 4K, June 11th, is going to be Tales of the Arabian Nights, Totan. I'm pretty excited about this. This is one of their very best games.
It looks awesome.
Looks great.
Looks great.
Wish I could play it.
I wish I could play it.
So it's going to be $5. Price didn't go up. That's another good thing.
That's also good.
Is this available for HD owners?
No.
No.
Oh.
It is not. It's not available for us plebs.
Damn
Have you only recently started talking about that? They could barely get Zen Studios games working on the 4K. There was no way they were going to be able to get it to work on the original ALP HD.
I'm very much in a misery loves company type mode right now.
You just want to make everybody unhappy.
Yeah, I want to make sure that everybody is brought down as low as I am right now. That's great.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm really excited about this. This is going to be a great addition to the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K library. This is one of the games not on Pinball FX VR yet either, so that's another win for AtGames.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good for those that can access it. I think you're gonna have a great time.
Oh, I actually got some bad news. Note
Oh,
the email that went out to everybody announcing the title shows $9. But when clicking the link, it says $5 on the website, $5 in the video. So this could be a price increase of $4 for one of the Zen Studios games.
For a single game pack?
Yeah.
Stings.
That's rough. Wow.
Wow.
Like that's a massive price increase. An
Yeah.
80% price increase.
Yeah.
Price that
That's
the
not good.
No,
upgrade was for Breath of the Wild for the Switch 2.
I know.
I know. That's
Crazy.
wild for sure.
Breath of the Wild, some would say.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I mean, $5 was the sweet spot for those games. And like that's one of the things people complain about a lot, that they're paying more for games when they got them on Switch or Steam, Switch, whatever, for so much cheaper. I hope that's not the case. We'll find out in the next couple days because yeah. Anyways, I'm really excited about Tales of the Arabian Nights. This is one of the games I was super looking forward to. So, friends, who bought their Switch 2s this week?
I did.
Fox, I thought you weren't getting one. Like
I wasn't going to, and I canceled my pre-order. Here's what happened, Mike. It's a funny thing. On the way to work, I go into Walmart, and I pick up a few things to start my week, and I thought, well, it's not going to happen, but let's just see. Let's just walk over to the electronics section. Let's just see. And a guy asked me if I needed help, and I'm like, nah, I'm just looking. And I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing left. And I saw some Switch 2 accessories thinking, well, that's probably all they have. And a very kind man from behind the counter said, sir, can I help you? Long beard, bit of a sage. I assumed that he had some wisdom about him. And I said, sir, kind sir, just curious. You wouldn't happen to have any Switch 2 consoles left? And we shared a good chuckle. And he said, I have 11.
Ooh.
I said, what? He said, we got 85 consoles here. I said, are you shitting me? In the middle of Cincinnati? No way. He's like, yeah, which one would you like? Would you like the one with the game or without the game? What do you want? And I said, well, I've come all this way. I had to get one. So I picked one up. Yeah.
And you went without the game because you're a
without the
media
game
guy, yeah.
Well, no, without the game because I have credit card points. So here's my stupid logic. I go on to Amazon and use my points to get a gift card for $50 off of the game that I'm going to buy physically and have it delivered to my house. But I saved $20 overall because if I bought the combo, it's $50, right? So I'm going to get the game basically for $30.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But it's
so Nostalgia, Nostalgia, you bought 7 of these.
No, wait. That's not true, is it? You're breaking up.
That's all the people trying to buy his scammy.
Oh,
scammy
he didn't buy more
systems.
than one console, did he? That would be greedy.
He did.
He did not.
Yes.
Really? If only he was here to defend himself.
Nah,
sadly, he's not.
It's better this way.
Right. He didn't buy 7, did he? Was that picture real?
Are you joking?
No, I thought it was AI.
No. Hold on.
He posted this.
Yeah, we lost
gone.
Nostalgia.
Now we will mock him openly.
Yes, now is the time.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a weird flex. Did he have to buy that many? I don't get it. Why buy 7?
I'm back.
Yeah, Nostalgia. Why buy 7?
Why buy 7?
So here's the thing, okay?
Talk to me.
Am I back like properly? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're in and out. It's fine.
I don't know what's going on with the internet today, but anyways, so I felt I had a civic duty. There are a lot of people out there buying these machines, scalp them. Am I cutting? I keep losing you.
This is almost as bad as the last time I had RGT 85 on my show.
That's pretty bad. You should sell 2 switches, switch 2s, and then upgrade your internet.
Yeah.
I have a great internet service provider. For some reason, we just have a terrible signal.
Yeah.
Coming into the house for some reason today.
Could be storms in the area, maybe. So you're back now.
I'm back.
Why, brother? Why 7?
So here's the thing. Okay, there are scalpers out there. Okay, and what they do, buy these things, they snatch them up, kitties, and then they go on marketplace, marketplace tool, and they sell them for hundreds of dollars more. Hundreds of dollars more. So what I did, I did to my community. I purchased from as many. I pushed kid. I did what I cure the bag. And what I'm going to do is I will then to my first.
Have you heard anything you said?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
That's just me.
No.
Yeah.
This story would be so much more effective if he could get through.
Yeah, but he's building tension. I love it. It's great.
What have you guys heard?
Well, what we heard was your signal.
Facebook.
Your signal flipped out for a minute because it looks like your wife is using a lot of signal upstairs. She's currently on Tinder, and her profile reads, "Oh my God, my husband is so ineffective in the bedroom. Please, somebody pleasure me." And she's just getting leveled with people messaging her, and it's messing up your internet.
That's actually two exclamation points at the end there. That's what she said. Yeah.
An idea. I can see here. Boom.
Well, Mike, I guess we'll never know.
Nope. Never going to know the answer to this.
Just hear me. Hello. Echo. Hello.
It's the worst thing I've ever done.
So how much Canadian is one Switch with the game included?
With the game included was $7.99.
Oh my God. That's a lot of money.
I think it was $7.99.
So 800 Canadian. Okay, and we'll do some.
There he is.
There.
I dropped my camera resolution down to 480p.
That's better.
You don't look like it. You look great.
Well, I always look great. Anyway, so
that's true. So why did you spend that bunch of money? Why?
Okay, so here, as I said,
oh, fuck's sakes.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is good. I'll just wait.
If you're in the live chat, go ahead and smash that like button. If you like the content, go ahead.
Restelja, just put up your what is it? Put up your PayPal information so people can help you out and get better internet.
Listen,
Jesus Christ.
This man needs some help, okay? $1 a day makes a big
$1 a
difference.
day could help Restelja get
you
real
could feed
internet. Someone,
or you could help him get adequate internet access. It's the right thing to do.
You an asshole.
I love that we heard that part.
Mike, can you go on Facebook? Send you some photos.
So I'll just read Restelja's story here because I've had enough of this. Max Headroom, when you get your internet fixed, just let us know. So honestly, he hates scalpers. That's why he did his part to pick up as many as he could so the scalpers couldn't get them. By the way,
makes sense.
If you were in the market for a Switch 2, hit me up. You can have it for cost plus shipping, plus a $250 finder's fee, $120 convenience fee, $75 send my daughter to college fee, and shipping.
I think for me personally, and I speak for me personally, I'm glad that he's making a stand, taking that stand against all the scalpers out there in the world. Steven Nostalgia, I salute you.
Can you guys see me? Am I even here? I don't know what's
Sort of.
Your audio is about 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I can't get your pictures to come up either.
It's just penises. Constant. It's just nonstop crotch shots of random individuals.
That's okay. Can you guys at least hear me? Can we talk?
I can hear you now. You're doing good now.
I'm doing good now. Okay. Well, anyways, you were mostly right. But the truth is, none of that's real. I didn't actually buy 7.
I know.
And
you bought 2.
Was that a mirror? Are you messing with me? What happened?
No, what I did, Mike, if there was a way for you to pull up those photos, I don't know if you can.
I cannot.
But what I did is I did buy 2. I had pre-ordered 2 of them. One was with the game.
That's what you said. Right.
One was without the game. And I thought it would be fun to spend 25 minutes setting them up literally perfectly on my couch, taking multiple photos, and then merging all the photos together to make it look like I bought 7.
You are a badass.
Yeah. So it was just for fun. I've already returned one of the 2 because I couldn't actually cancel the pre-order on Best Buy's website. And when I went in the store this morning to return it, I was like, I tried to cancel this before it shipped. And they're like, no, once you place the order, we like within the week of the shipment, we don't allow you to cancel it. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So I returned the one. I have the other one here. I might return it. Still. I'm not.
You haven't opened it. Wow.
I still haven't opened it, man. No, it's still sitting here.
My God.
I might return it. MG has got me going back and forth because he was really upset about the terms of service issues that Nintendo's come out with. And
he's not.
He's talked some sense into me, and I think he's right. Like, I don't know if I can support a company who does that. So I'm going to side with you, 100%. MG. I'll stick with what you're saying, and we'll go there.
All right.
That's right.
All right.
MG currently has 5 Switches pre-ordered, none of which have showed up yet.
That's because they all went to me, bitch.
I think you made a bit of a miscalculation.
So
there, MG.
I went all in. I went nuts. I got everything. I
saw that
Mario Kart World bundle. I got the Pro controller. That's originally all I pre-ordered. Then I went back, added finally Bravely Default Flying Fairy. Then I went back again, added Street Fighter 6. Then day of, I also added these wheels, controller wheels, which I don't think actually work as wheels. Like you don't turn them back and forth. I was so disappointed. I told Scarlett we were going to play that way. I didn't read the box, but anyway, she found them. She found them much more comfortable to play with than trying to play with the big controllers. So there's still some good out of it. Then then I also got the camera because I want to see people's faces when we play. I thought that was a cool feature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did I get? I got the GameCube controller came today, one day later than everybody else, but that should be fully charged. I can play some GameCube games after that. And I went back and I got the ridiculously overpriced memory card today.
Incredibly. Yeah.
Why would you get the memory card? You get 256 gigs built into the console.
On the system.
What the hell are you going to do with another memory card? There's no games.
There will be games eventually, and I just want to be ready.
Someday. Nostalgia. Someday.
Now, Fox and Mike, did you guys see? I don't know if anyone in the chat got these. I saw a bunch of like weird pre-order bonuses that people are getting through Walmart and through GameStop.
Coke and Pringles,
Coke, bro.
Coke and Pringles at Walmart, and people are getting Red Bulls at GameStop, which I thought was strange.
I thought that was such a cool little touch of Walmart doing that with all the stuff they delivered. They assumed people took the day off. They're like, here's a fucking snack, guys. Enjoy.
It's That's like, wild. Hey, we know you're losers. Here's some pretzels and some Pringles and some Coke and some. You're not doing anything anyway. They should have included like deodorant or maybe cologne, but no. No, we want you to stay in your basement and game it up, bro.
Yeah.
MG says he better get a crate of Coke with his Switch tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding. Mike,
he deserves it.
Did you say that you got the camera or no?
Yeah, I did. I bought the camera.
Yeah.
Which one? The official one or the Piranha Plant?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to grab both the Piranha Plant and the Nintendo one, and then take them apart and put the good camera inside the Piranha Plant.
I was going to ask you, I thought the Piranha Plant was a housing for the good camera, no?
No, the Piranha Plant is a shitty camera that does like
for God's sakes.
It looks badass, but it's a garbage camera. And then the Nintendo one looks like stupid, but it's a good quality camera or a better quality camera. So I would have liked to just like swap the camera.
Can you just grab a Logitech and just plug it in and away you go?
I don't think so. I know that they added support for like a general mouse. Like you can grab a mouse off the shelf and use it, but I don't think you can do that with a camera or a webcam yet. It's going to be strange because who knows? Maybe you'll plug in a webcam and it'll do some sort of weird voltage thing, and then Nintendo will be like, "Oh, they're modifying their system," and then they're going to brick your console.
Brick the system, brick it now. Yeah,
I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm going to turn on my console, and all of a sudden I'm going to be sucked into the video game world and become captain and the game master.
Wait,
that's my concern.
Why would you be worried about that? That would be
because it's happened before, man.
That would be
you see
great.
the show that was a documentary.
I know. Why are you worried? I would want that.
Yeah, but then King Hippo's going to look weird. Mother Brain's going to.
Who cares? Some people pray for that. Okay, all right.
It's true. People do pray for that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So
unlike you, who just prays for death.
Now I saw something on Mario Kart. Have you guys had time to play some Mario Kart?
Yeah, I played a bunch with my daughter last night. I played some individually today. It's not the game I thought it was. I was actually a little disappointed. They kept talking about it's an open world and you drive from course to course. No, you don't. Where the fuck is that?
Do you actually not do that?
Wow.
No. I thought the point of it, in the trailer they said you drive from one course to the next course.
Yeah, on a map shows you driving. I haven't been able to drive.
Super Mario 3, they had maps. You would go from here to there.
Yeah, in a lot of the Mario games, but
that's not good.
What I did see was a video of somebody playing as Toadette, I think.
Get off circuit mode. Okay.
And then drove right into the back of a truck that had its trailer open, and then they took control of the truck and drove through a bunch of crazy stuff. Like that was wild. I didn't see that in the trailer. Is that a thing or is that fake? Is that AI?
I don't know. I haven't.
You haven't run into that
yet. I haven't. No, I'm still waiting for my 12 tiered plan to get a Mario a Kart World cartridge for slightly less than retail.
Interesting.
MG says you can drive in a truck.
That's wild. That's not the Mario Kart I grew up with, or no. But
so you hit the truck and you drive you drive
the truck has like a ramp behind it while it's driving. Like it's driving down the expressway with a ramp, and the trailer's open. So you drive your cart into the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
And then you take control of the whole truck and you just
that's like Knight Rider, where you could drive in the back of the semi and then you drive the semi.
I heard that's what inspired it, actually.
That's obviously it. That's the only kid, and like the weird 1984 TV show obviously inspired this game from 2025.
Yes,
makes perfect sense.
And Fast and the Furious.
Well, I mean, come on. Hey, listen, I don't have friends. I have family.
That's fair.
All right. So, other than that, have you played anything else? Have you played anything on the Switch 2 yet, Robert?
Yes, I have. So I downloaded the upgrade pack to Breath of the Wild.
Yes, that's what I've been playing.
I'm playing it in 4K.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's really, really good. I played probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours when I got home from work, and it's good. Yeah, I think that's one of the bigger selling points of the system, really.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. And that's the thing. I see everybody saying oh, there's not enough games on this. There's no games for the Switch 2. And I was like, I don't know what these motherfuckers are talking about. I'm going to spend about 300 hours playing 3 Legend of Zelda games in the next week.
Pretty much,
but that's not a Switch 2 game. That's
no, not
a game that's upscaled, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, no, because they are selling Switch 2 versions. Technically,
that doesn't make it a Switch 2 game.
Yes, it does.
Mike.
It's like they just did the Horizon, the original Horizon. And they did a PS5 version, and then you could upgrade your PS4 version to that version. This is essentially the same thing.
Mike, when Last of Us was released on the PS3, and then re-released on the PS4, and then re-released on the PS5, It wasn't because they made a new game. It wasn't a PS5 game. It was a PS3 game that was re-released on those consoles. This is a Nintendo Switch game that was re-released and upscaled for the new console.
Mario
Yes.
Kart,
Game.
so Mario Kart World is a Switch 2 game.
Is a Switch 2
the new
exclusive title.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's going to be a Switch 2
You
game.
got it. Fox, you got it.
I see the distinction. Absolutely.
That's the difference.
So
Right,
you're saying the Horizon game they put
Yes.
out just last year that you could get the upgrade for isn't a PlayStation 5 game, even though they modified it to work with the PlayStation 5 hardware.
Just because it runs on a PS5 doesn't mean it's a PS5.
They upgraded the graphics to the PS5. That's what they did here with
they
the Legend of Zelda.
upscaled the texture packs.
PlayStation is superior.
They upgraded the texture
No.
packs. They
No,
Yes, that's
is-
true. That is what they did. Yeah.
Okay,
It's in the
so the
Geneva
game
Convention.
looks
That's
better. Yes, they did the same thing with Spider-Man, right? Didn't they do that? They re-released Spider-Man with upgraded texture packs.
From 4 to 5. Yeah. Yep.
So it's the same thing. Yes, those games are available for purchase on the PS5, but they're not PS5 games, right? That's like saying if you buy a PS1 title on the eShop and it runs on your PS5, that it's a PS5 game. It's
No.
not a PS5 game.
We're not talking about the
Oh,
same
boy.
thing here. No.
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying if they take a game that had original graphics and they upscaled those graphics to run in 4K on your PS5, which sounds to me like you're saying that's what they did with Horizon, that's different than what they did with Horizon?
There's a very big difference between taking the original PS1 game, putting that ROM on it with, a little bit sharper image where it comes up compared to what they did with like fucking Spider-Man, which they made a PS5 version, which we get an upgrade for, what they did with Last of Us Part 2. And let's be clear, they made a specific Last of Us 1 remastered for PlayStation 5 that is only a PlayStation 5 game. These are all very different things than taking a PlayStation 1 game and sticking it on the PlayStation 5.
Understood. Now, but riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah.
Can you play that game on the PS4?
No,
You're saying that you can't play Horizon on the PS4.
not the version that I played on the PlayStation 5. No.
But can you play the same storyline and the same game? The game itself in 1080p.
You can play
with a lower texture pack. Can you play
Well, you can play it with 4K on the PlayStation 4. Always could.
Okay, so but is it the same game?
It doesn't look as good.
Okay, but it's the same game though, right?
No.
It's a
It's
different
slightly
game?
different.
Different characters and stuff?
The fucking disc will not work on your PS4.
I don't
And like
think you
he's rubbing his
understand.
head here like he's intelligent.
No, I just don't think you understand. It's the
I
same game, Mike.
I think it's a fair criticism of any system, right? To
Well,
say
we're
that,
still
okay,
whoa, let's go back.
go ahead.
Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3.
For the NES, you're talking.
The NES.
Got it.
Were
Yes.
released also on the Super Nintendo. But
Correct.
you can play the same game on the NES, but it's a different game for the Super Nintendo because they updated the graphics for the Super Nintendo in the All-Stars compilation.
They did not update the graphics in the All-Stars compilation. All they did was move it over to the cartridge and make it run on the console. They didn't upgrade it. And in the All-Star collection, they also included other Mario games. It wasn't just those 3 titles.
From NES to Super Nintendo.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. The console was able to display more. But I don't think they upgraded the games. I think they were just the ROMs that were transferred over and made compatible with
See,
the
this is where I
SNES.
got you because they actually did change the games to 16-bit.
Well, I don't know. All I'm saying is that it's the same
don't
fucking
know.
game. Well,
No.
I don't know. You just brought that up. But my point is still the same. They're the same game. Right?
They're upgraded versions of the game.
But they're the same game. Upgraded or not. It's the same game, yes?
Anyways, moving on. I think it's time we get away from that.
My point was I was just looking for exclusive.
Yes.
They're
There you go.
exclusive
That's
Switch
fine.
2
Switch
games.
2
Yes.
games.
Yes.
Don't worry, there's a great game coming. Donkey Kong. They finally perfected his eyes. You'll love it.
I don't like that.
Finally. Finally. After all this time.
Oh, fucking die already.
For God's sakes.
I'm just saying. Sorry, Mike. I think I might be right here.
Hey, JR, what's happening, brother? We were just in a very awkward conversation.
Only awkward because you were losing, baby.
They are ports of Switch 1 games, not new games. There you go.
See, I accept your apology.
I'm not apologizing.
You should.
They're ports of Switch 1 games. Yeah.
They're just ports.
Yep.
They're effectively, Breath of the Wild is not a Switch 2 title. I don't care what anyone says.
No.
Anyone tries to convince me Breath of the Wild is a Switch 2 game, you are dumb. That is not true. It is a Switch 1 game, and they've given you an upgraded texture pack to make it look pretty in 4K. That's all they've done.
And it does look pretty.
It does look
4K.
pretty. I'm having fun playing it, and you can go fuck yourself. So anyways, moving on. Moving on, we got some really fun news today. Summer Game Fest was Summer Snooze Fest. Really, really brutal to watch, like super indie heavy. But the end of it was absolutely incredible. We got a new Resident Evil game coming. It looks like they're going back to Raccoon City. It's going to be in some kind of like hideous hotel, Resident Evil Requiem. What do you guys think?
I only saw a poster for it.
Yeah.
Like an ad. I didn't actually see anything if they did a video or anything. So, but yeah. Resident Evil 9.
Yeah.
That's going to be slick. Slick.
You watch it, Foxy?
They should have never, ever left Raccoon City. I love Code Veronica on the Dreamcast. I loved it. I mean, I love the game, but they should have never left Raccoon City. They could have literally done this over and over and over again. It could have been a hotel. We already had the police station. It could have been a hospital. It could have been a gas station. Whatever. You could have just kept doing this within the confines of the same event, right? I think it's a simple formula. When done correctly, can be done over and over and over again. And I'm here for it all day long.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm a sucker.
Yep.
I don't care. I'm a simple man.
I agree.
And the PlayStation State of Play. Anything there that really interested you guys?
Ooh,
I don't know.
Hold on.
It's only a couple things come to mind. Maybe the one, how Capcom basically got pushed out of the whole Marvel versus Capcom conversation. Nobody gives two shits about them now. Yep. Holy shit! Anime Iron Man stole the show for me. That game looks incredible.
The fighting looks so good. So good.
It looks so good. It's the Guilty Gear type of animation, the 2D perfection of the game. It's slick as shit. I can't wait to buy it twice, maybe 7 times, like Rashon's fake photo. But it looks so good. It looks so good. And I was disturbed at first because I think I said in your live stream, there's no X-Men. But then you pointed out, well, Storm is here, so that's got to be the gateway drug to X-Men, Cyclops, all that. I can't wait to see those sort of...
And there's going to be DLC characters as we go on.
Yeah. The anime-inspired actions, the super moves, it's going to be over the top. I cannot wait. It looks
so fluent. Everything looked really good. Like really impressed. Arc System Works. I did not see that coming, but good job.
Killer, bro.
Yeah, they did a great job on that. The other thing that was a huge surprise from that was, in fact, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, coming from the same people that did Cowabunga Collection, all those. So we're getting Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and Mortal Kombat 4 arcade versions, playable on modern consoles, netcode rollback. And during a presentation where they dropped 2 really big fighters for PlayStation, they also announced a first-party PlayStation 5 fight stick. That was also very interesting. They knew what they were doing, very collaborated, put together.
That is actually pretty slick.
Yeah.
It's weird that we haven't had this Mortal Kombat collection before. I mean, arcade collection, all the ancillary weird versions, the Game Boy version, like all that stuff. very much like you were saying, the Cowabunga collection-esque collection. It looks so cool. I've seen a lot of people in the community. They're excited about this. Killer Arcade Games is very pumped about this.
Yeah.
A lot of people are excited to have this in one collection. It looks like a ton of fun. It's been a pretty good week. I got to say, not bad. Not bad at all.
You guys see what's that game? Pragmata?
Yeah, that looked
looks
interesting
pretty
too from
sick.
Capcom. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Capcom's graphics are like super sharp,
Oh,
so well done.
top
Like
tier.
what I saw from Resident Evil today, from Pragmata, I mean, just like they're kicking ass, man, just blowing it away. Yeah.
I also saw there's a new 007 game coming out, First Light.
Yep.
Oh,
First
yeah.
Light looks good. It's from the people who did Hitman, I think. And we found out today that Shifu, I don't know how you say his name, from Casino Royale is going to be a mission in Hitman World of Assassination.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Shifu, how do you say it?
I don't know. No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
Mads Mikkelsen's going to be in the game.
It's a great guy.
So
Yeah.
there's a couple other things I wanted to talk. First off, Astrobot, we got some more Galaxies.
DLC coming, yeah.
DLC's coming. There's a freaking game called Baby Steps, and I saw the trailer for it. What is that supposed to be? Somebody explain that one to me.
Somehow,
Because I watched it, I could not understand what the hell I was watching. Does anybody know?
It felt like high concept, like a weird Kojima game that no one understands. I don't know.
It's going to be Game of the Year. That's what's going to happen. It's gonna end up
Most
being
likely,
Game of the Year.
yeah. And no one will buy it or play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to find. There's one game I want to end on because we're going really long now.
Oh, new Digimon game actually is coming out.
Yeah, I mentioned you several times when that was shown.
No.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, Digimon Story Time Stranger. It looks like it's going to be a sequel to the, what was it called? Cyber Sleuth? Digimon Cyber Sleuth?
Digimon is still going strong, huh?
It is.
Nice.
It actually looked really good. It looked good. So I'm stoked for that one. I think I'm gonna pick that one up.
Now, that's all well and cool, but let me show you what's going to be Game of the Year. Get ready for this, boys and girls. Felt
Here we
that
go.
boxing.
Finally.
Oh my god, this looks incredible. No
Right?
way.
This is nightmare fuel.
This is a game?
This is a game. This is not a joke. This is a game.
The Muppets kick ass? What is this?
This is a fucking video game. Can you believe it? Look at it.
This is what the gameplay looks like? No way. This is a
What?
promotional video. No way.
No, keep watching. Keep watching. Trust me.
You're trolling. This is not a thing. I didn't see this.
This is not a joke. To save the only home he's ever known, he's got to win at boxing. Get ready. Here it comes. Boo! All right, get ready for it. Here we go. Take control of a flimsy puppet. That's gameplay. Look.
What?
Yep, that's gameplay. That's gameplay.
Plunging in toilet.
Well, that's
No
what you do to
way.
train. This is gameplay. It's like Punch Out, except you're these flimsy puppets.
What in the holy hell?
Look how fucking cool that is.
Is
There's
this
no
VR?
way that's
That's
gameplay.
real. That's
What is
real.
this?
Is this PSVR 2? Is that what this is?
No, this
What
is not
is this?
VR. This is a game.
Oh my god.
It's not a joke.
Wow.
What is that for? What console is that?
Modern consoles, Steam, like
No way.
How
That's
in
weird.
the hell did I miss that?
That's definitely one I would pirate.
yeah, and you got to hear the audio
Absolutely.
too. You got to hear the audio because I don't think it played on the screen. But he's like, when dude's plunging, he's like, "Yeah, keep plunging. I took tons of shits today." Like the audio is hilarious, right? So you got to check that out. And there's one more I do want to show you. I should have brought this up as well. This is the one from Summer Game Fest that I did not expect at all. I completely forgot about this game. I don't know if I just didn't understand what it is. This is a Red Band trailer for a VR game coming up.
Oh no way.
For MetaQuest.
Oh yeah,
showing the-
Deadpool VR.
You sharing the audio?
I completely
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Yeah, this was announced last week, wasn't it? Or it was
Have you seen it yet? It looks incredible.
Can you?
I
show
haven't watched the
audio
video.
or
I
not?
just read about it. I read that people were talking about it.
No, I'm not sharing the audio. Getting into that
Okay.
business. But the audio is priceless. Like
This
absolutely
is
priceless.
incredible.
Yeah, I know,
it's pretty-
right?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you get
This
to use
is
the
pretty
katanas
sick.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're on the helicarrier. Damn.
There was another game too that they were working on, I think. Another
Look.
VR title.
Azrael. You get to kill Azrael. I don't know who this guy is.
Well, he's dead now.
That's right. But like, we've been waiting for that next like big money, great MetaQuest VR game after Arkham Knight. I think this is going to be it, man. Like this is going to be incredible.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be it.
Yeah.
There was another game that came out. It was called Wanderer.
Oh, Wanderer of Fate. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that one is. That one was actually pretty slick.
Well, anyways, guys, I have taken up so much of your time. We've taken up
That's it? We're
so
done?
much of the viewers'
What?
time.
We got
We
2
may have
hours
banned
left.
Corner Cade from the show forever. It's been an interesting night.
I thought I-
It has. I learned today that Mike thinks that when a company re-releases a video game on 4 or 5 different consoles, that means it's a brand new game for the next generation console.
And also, when they make the previously sold out pre-order available again, it's time to buy.
You know what?
100%.
I love both you guys, but I hope both of you die in the woods or a barn fire.
It'd be a sad day.
Yeah.
Fiery death. Yes.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching tonight. For the people that are cool, it's greatly appreciated. For the people that are not cool, well, you were banned. Anyways, everybody, have a
Not
wonderful
again.
night. Dear God, hopefully P-Dubs will be back next week. And you know what? Hopefully Fox continues to be with us. We got to talk to P-Dubs about that. You know how funny he is, but I think Fox should stay here. He's a good dude.
I'm just
Except when he
happy that
gets
people
teamed up
enjoy
with
talking to me.
nostalgia. I really like talking to you.
I everyone has a flaw, Mike.
And the flaws are nostalgia.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm okay with that.
All right, guys. I've thought about it. You've all shamed me, told me I was fishy. So now I'm not going to get the iconic Street Fighter pre-order. I'm not going to do it.
Yay!
I also
Not
realized
do it, Mike, you have
I also
to do it.
realized
What
I spent
happens if you lose-
$1,000 on the Nintendo Switch yesterday. So maybe not spending another $500 today is a good idea.
Probably
don't
a
know,
good
Mike.
idea.
I think you don't want to take the chance of it possibly being removed from their pre-order website again,
That's true.
and then never being able to get it.
Listen,
That's true.
maybe it's a little bit of FOMO that it was available again. I don't know, but
I'm glad
everybody's
we
made
were
me
here
feel
to,
super awkward about it now.
Don't do it. It's the right thing to do.
We
All
do
right.
it because we love you.
We do.
Well, I'm
We
just,
care deeply.
I actually thought about it and said, my God, I spent $1,000 on the Switch yesterday. I do not need to buy anything else.
No, you do not.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a lot to talk about. Sorry we kept you so long. Everybody, have a wonderful night. And until next time, we'll see you on that thing that people look at stuff on, mostly porn, the web. See you on the web, guys.
Web.
Thank you very much.